So yeah, guys, it's official. Gang War has not one good book associated with it.
Jeez.
And I
It's
read
almost like I
that.
told you that.
Yeah, I read that Jackpot one shot this week, and stinker. Wow, not
Yes.
one good book out of that.
I guess you could say the real war was the war within us all.
Oh yeah, but
I
there might
blame
be
you
a
for
state.
Jackpot as well.
Hey,
By the
I
way,
got I thought the power and the premise had
no,
potential, but it was just that
no.
suit design
I
that really
blame
was an
you because
eyesore.
I blame you because I feel like this is going to take on Gwen Stacy type thing right now, and she's going to be put everywhere and everywhere, and you're going to be pushed around till you're tired of it.
What if season?
Especially
This is
now
on.
since we have a Mary Jane that don't have powers again, they can do. They
Mhm.
don't feel like they can do whatever they want with 616.
You know, it's funny you should mention that because by the end of Jackpot, right, you have like a letters page with like the editor talking about what an honor it was to like, give Mary Jane her own spotlight story. And also, audience, remember, if you want to see just a married Mary Jane, go look at Ultimate Spider-Man as well, you know? So,
I told you.
geez,
Now
geez,
writers won't even care less about what they do with 616.
mm-hmm.
By the way, the socials are up.
Yes.
That's cool. But I gotta say, there might be one good book to come out, Gang War.
Murder.
It was a last minute edition.
If you're like Spider-Boy, I'm leaving.
Okay, I won't say it.
Oh. Good advice, boy.
he has a web comic that's going to be a tie into Gang War, but that's likely going to happen after Gang War is already over. Like,
No, you know that book, Batman Wayne Family Adventures. You know that one where it was like, oh, there's a Bat Family on their casual days or something like that. You that one? No, was that?
I mean, the
yeah,
book that
yeah.
just tells you Batman's a terrible father.
Nah, actually, he's pretty good in that one.
That one of the taglines were that Batman was a terrible father. That's why I said that.
They're liars. He does all right. There was an issue. The only reason I don't even like actively reading it. There's like this YouTube channel that does dubs for him. If I could find them before we start the episode, I'll say it just to give him credit. But there was an episode where there was an issue where Jason was going through PTSD and Bruce helped him through it. And,
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But Jake, before you finish that, man, you posted the wrong topics on private chat. You know that, right?
You know what? So did you.
Yeah, you posted. You posted last week's topics, man.
No. Yeah.
How much more do you want to talk trash about Iron Fist, man? What's your beef with him?
Every day of the week. I don't think you know this, but I actually hate Danny Rand with passion. Okay.
Hey.
Let's see. I'm just looking for
A white man learning kung fu. I can't believe.
Yeah. What a disgrace to my legacy. Okay.
Hey, my Sifu's a white man, all right?
Oh, he's a disgrace to my legacy.
Oh, wow.
No, this is not made for kids. Boom, there, fix it for me.
What did you say?
The video is not made for kids.
Yep.
What'd you do?
Yeah, you have to say that every time you edit the first time you edit the video, or it's gonna block off all potential comments.
The best Danny Rand I ever read was I ever seen was actually in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's good.
He's pretty
I
good.
still think my.
You know, when he was like all zen and philosophical, you know, for a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about TV show. Yep, he was almost like a young hippie, you know.
I
think that made him too stereotypical. They were just like white chain.
I vibe with everybody in that show, but Spider-Man.
They made him Deadpool in the first season. That's what annoyed the hell out of me.
Deadpool in the show, and then he worked a lot better, and then never did it again.
I know. Well, when they put Deadpool in, he even called Spider-Man out on that. Yeah, you're kind of stealing my shit over here, you know?
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, but we're never getting that version of Spider-Man ever again, right?
yeah.
There's
Mm-hmm.
several different
Thank
versions
you.
of Spider-Man we're never gonna get
Yeah,
again, which is probably for the
yeah,
better.
but
Yeah. There's
thank Frank Bell for that.
He is
there's
the.
over 300
Yeah,
Spider-Man now.
I think
Let's
I'll
stop
be
doing the Peter Parker.
okay. I think I'll be okay never seeing ruined Spider-Man ever again.
Drake
I think I'll be
Bell is
okay.
Drake Bell the Spider-Man is what Roger Craig Smith is to Sonic.
No, it's not. Roger Craig Smith didn't ruin their character by outside me.
Nah,
Oh, but anyway, alrighty, guys. You guys want to start the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
All
see
right.
you, audience. Allow us to introduce ourselves to another
Okay.
episode of Fanatic Live.
Yep. Welcome to Fanatic Live. You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. It's a fine time to be a fan of Captain America.
Shut the fuck up, Cryptid.
Waving his patriotic flag here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did you actually introduce yourself or?
Yeah. I already did.
Okay, well, it's me, Jake Talonol, the one who swings across the rooftops, and yeah, that's all I do, really. That's all I'm doing this week. But maybe next week you'll catch me on a better day.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Jake back from Africa. Anyway, Ace Comics really. That's it. Which though?
I'm Witch, also known as I'm the Witch of Jotunheim, also known as Richter to anyone who knows me well. My pronouns are they, he, and I will be the husband of Deimos pretty soon.
And plug in our socials
Audience, we
while
can't
you
let that
have it.
happen.
Hang on, I forgot to
Shit.
mention that together we form the Phanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the.
And we talk shit about Cryptid to his face. Anyway, socials.
Yeah.
Social, what is our socials, you might be asking, audience? Well, I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't give a fuck. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's where you're gonna find all of our lovely voices, I guess you could say. Besides mine, but that's besides the point. If you want to follow us on Twitter, the Twitter is Comic Fanatic69. We do post things. We do post the funnies. We do post the updates. You get the idea. Instagram at Comic Fanatic 2.0 because I said so. I will be posting my birthday art on there pretty soon, so stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to follow your boy personally, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U because I said so. If you want to follow my Instagram and my TikTok, I just recently posted a wig styling video for myself, so please go watch that. You can follow me at witch_of_Jotunheim. If you want to find Cryptid, the repeated here because fuck you, Cryptid. If you want to find Jake, I don't know, he's probably at Pumpkin Hill or something. I don't fucking know. And Austin, he's a brick wall with a face. It's not that hard to find him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No guest today because I couldn't find anyone.
Alrighty then. Well, with that, let's get on to the media topics, guys. I guess I'll start us off. She-Hulk Season 2 not gonna happen.
No, that's
you
not
are the
happening
only person that's happy about this, but whatever.
Hey, dozens of people are happy.
Yeah,
don't act like
the
it's just
only
me.
people that I've seen actually upset about the existence of this show was cishet old men.
And women.
That's the only people I've seen this.
I've seen
Yeah,
plenty
I've seen
of
a lot of women hate She-Hulk.
You better start sending me those receipts because I don't believe you.
Okay, I got you right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't challenge me.
Cool, because fuck you,
we're getting over
Cryptid.
petty squabbles. We're getting over petty squabbles. The show really didn't need a season 2. Anyway, I think the last episode just really kind of broke the character for me. Before people say I know it's from the comics, it's just like we're in a kind of grounded universe. There's something we need to adapt a little bit better. Just say. you know.
I know they gave the reason because like it's due to budgetary issues, but I'm look, that is like the tip of the iceberg, honestly. Like, because when you think of how much money they had to use, and you look at the effects they had in certain episodes, I'm like, really? That's the best you guys could have produced with all that money?
And also to help the other shows also waste a lot of money too in their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Hold
mean,
on,
there
Austin.
were
I
just,
won't be able to see those receipts. I'm downloading Twisted Wonderland.
I mean, there were dozens of scenes in the show She-Hulk that really didn't require them to have to go that heavy into CGI, but they just recklessly used it anyway. You know, like
According
I'll
to
still
I
say
will
this.
give you this. I will give you this. Cryptid, she did feel very polished, if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I mean, like one scene I want to bring up is like the scene with Blonsky, right? Like the guy knew he was going to go to jail if he turned into an abomination, but for whatever reason, he decided to turn abomination when he was giving those speech to those guys.
well,
But
that was because he was trying to prove that he could control it, and he's not going out of control. There was a reason for that.
but no, he knows damn well that he's going to go to jail if he's caught turning into the abomination. So why the hell would he risk it?
Wait, are you talking about in the scene where where he's in the prison and Jin's giving the hearing?
No, I'm talking about like in the finale.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
When he's
I don't.
when he's giving a speech to all those guys.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Like
Yeah, I don't remember that scene
it,
well to defend it.
yeah, if
You
they
already
were concerned about budget constraints, why did they feel the need to put that scene in for his abomination
Well,
look?
as far as why they felt that way, it was probably because later the episode was about they were making fun of MCU finale, so it's always this like big thing that really doesn't have to be or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the point. But as far as it's a practical, probably not.
Gotcha.
But
yeah,
Anyway,
no. Regardless how I felt about Jen Walter, I thought she was okay. I didn't like the final episode. So.
I
But
like.
y'all knew how they treated Titania, I was pissed.
oh yeah.
I actually remember liking Titania in that show, and I actually really
Good
do
for
like.
you.
I still don't know why she attacked that courtroom in the first
No,
episode.
that was never explained. I don't.
Yeah, because they don't explain it. They don't explain her attack later in the season either. It just
Yeah.
she does stuff because she randomly feels like.
Later, she does it. She just antagonizes Jen because she's like jealous of her. That's like the point.
I don't mean at the wedding.
What other scene was she in? I haven't seen the show. By the way, audience, I haven't seen the show since it came out, so I might be.
She had another appearance before the season finale, where the whole point was making fun of MCU other stuff, where she just kind of shows up and it's like, what are you doing here?
Oh, you
Makes
mean
sense.
like where the guy gets the serum and then like everything just kind of happening? Is that?
No, that's the finale. She has a scene before that, between the wedding and that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't
Right
remember.
there, if you don't really remember it, I'm not trying to jog your memory. I don't say that much. But,
Like, I can't, yeah.
Look,
It might have been.
there's like I said,
What's up?
yeah, it probably could have made sense when we go back and watch it, but it was just like it felt unneeded.
Yeah.
And as a big Titanic fan, I didn't really like a lot of changes here.
mm-hmm.
I'm beyond.
Yeah.
Also, no absorbing man. Fuck you.
I remember. I did like Jen Walters' actress. I really kind of felt like if she was in a better show.
She was great.
She's great. Actually, like I said, I don't know, we reviewed this when we actually went live, right? Or was that like
no, we didn't. We didn't record it.
For audiences that don't know, like,
And plus, you weren't anyways cryptid.
I enjoyed the show up until
We were recording by that point.
Yeah,
that was like November, October.
No, Philly was with us when we were discussing She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, Philly was never here for that.
Yeah.
But I thought we're. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I liked the show up until the finale, and I
was just confused. I think I might have to rewatch the whole thing. Maybe I'll understand it a bit more. I just didn't like the fact that Scar was there, and I don't know how it felt about Daredevil. Hey, shut the fuck up, cryptid. You know how I feel. I have nothing against the character of Scar himself. I just do not want him associated with a certain team. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like the show. I remember liking some of the choices they made, even if they weren't all executed well. And I was going with the show for a long time, and then like the finale, like that just kind of broke everything for me. Where it kind of ruined earlier episodes of development Jim was going through. This one bit.
Just want to say I saw the penultimate episode, the episode before the finale, and I called it. Something was not going to work right in the finale.
Well, I mean, it's Marvel. It's an MCU TV show. It's a surprise for them.
No, I knew the moment you showed that the sex tape got released with She-Hulk, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, there's only one episode left, a 30-minute episode. How are they going to resolve all these plot lines within half an hour?
Don't worry about
they
it.
Didn't.
No. To be fair, they did try. That was the point of her breaking the fourth wall and other stuff to feel there was going to be a critique of the MCU. That was the point of having all those plot lines get there.
Yeah.
They just gloss over it.
It was a problem, but there was a problem. I'm saying they did try to address it.
Yeah. Gotcha. But it's okay. So we're not getting season 2, but I doubt this will be the last we'll see of this version of She-Hulk.
No. I want to bring that up too before Jake goes, because you remember first She-Hulk was having this thing with Daredevil, but them going back to the older Daredevil. Do you think they're going to try to get Jim Walker going to show up besides the cameo?
I think Marvel has way too much banking on Daredevil to want to have him associated with She-Hulk at this point, who is a controversial character in the MCU, thanks to the writers.
Cribsy, you're a controversial member of the MCU.
Hey, my agenda is getting wins for Marvel. All right, that's what I'm looking for.
You're just a hater, and not in a good way. I'm a hater in a good way. You're just a hater.
No, you're not.
At least I indulged in the media that I'm hating.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even get the show a chance.
But
because I knew I wasn't going to.
He tried to watch the first episode.
Yeah, I
tried.
I didn't watch any of the. I didn't watch any of the trailers in She-Hulk because I didn't watch any of the.
I still watched it. I didn't want to.
You guys know I don't watch trailers of stuff that I'm excited for, right? She-Hulk was one of the things I was excited for up until I saw that Blonsky was going to be in there, and I knew right off the bat they're going to treat him like crap, and that's what ended up happening. And that 5-minute, just seeing the opening 5 minutes of She-Hulk where they had to change her origins to her getting her powers because she saved Bruce Banner instead of Bruce Banner saving her. I'm like, okay, I know where this show is going, and I am not going to enjoy the ride. I'm just going to get off, and not waste my time with it.
I watched shit when it came to, at least I indulged in the fucking media, so fuck you, Cryptid.
I have this article from, what's this site called? InsideTheMagic.net, and they showed a bunch of tweets. There actually were some, hardcore fans of She-Hulk. This one was there was one I'm scrolling through. I just passed it up. But one was saying here it is. I'm done with Marvel if it's canceled, to be honest. You can't cancel A-list characters again and expect the audience to keep watching. It was bad enough not doing that again. At least the comics are doing well. So they're what? Yeah, well, that's what the tweet says. There's another one that says.
What did it say? I'm confused. Bro, what English characters?
Oh wait, you can't cancel A-list characters. My bad. I guess
okay.
Yeah, She-Hulk was a fan favorite. She-Hulk was a fan favorite character that the MCU screwed up and made a toxic one.
That's not what that person talking about. That person likes the show and is mad that it didn't count.
Yeah, and this person on the opposite end is thank God. I still wonder how they managed to botch the series that much. There is so much to do with She-Hulk, and somehow they did what they did. So you got haters.
I do agree with
to be 100% honest with you. Austin, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go first. It's fine.
I do agree with Witch on the Scar thing. Scar and his connection to a way bigger story probably should have been saved. Even if you don't like Young Avengers, his placement in that team will really mess this team up. Not just for the Hulkling and all that stuff, but there's a lot of things going on with that. So let Witch go.
To be honest, I did like She-Hulk. I'm just going to be 100% real with you. Does it need a season 2 right now? No. Maybe in the future, if we see her more in the MCU, on what they do with her. Like, not every show in the MCU needs a season 2. Like, I heard that people wanted a WandaVision season 2, and I'm just like, we don't need that. Like, some shows, they don't need a season 2, and for right now, I don't think She-Hulk really needs one, because we haven't really seen her much after her show, if at all. So I feel like we should see what they do with her more, and then we could come back to this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I brought
So I'm just gonna
Daredevil.
leave
'Cause
it
I kind
right
of want
there.
to see her. That's why I brought Daredevil. 'Cause I want to see her as a regular lawyer in a different setting, I mean, with different writers and all the other stuff to see what happens.
Regular lawyer.
Okay. Jake, do you have any closing statements before we move on?
I mean, Marvel already said that not everything was going to get a season 2 from the beginning. That was like one of their earliest things. But as far as this just not getting a season 2, it seems to be because of budget, not really because of fan response.
To be fair, WandaVision also might get a season 2, starting Vision called Vision Quest. So
Yeah,
it'll
they
be a
need
spiritual connection.
Yeah, they need to resolve that whole light vision that's around. Like, I don't know where he's going to pop up. Like,
probably
no. Gotcha. All right, guys, but we spent enough time on this topic. You guys want to move on?
Yeah, because Crypt is a
Okay,
bitch-ass hater.
Austin, you're up.
I don't have a topic, but I'll go find them.
Okay, I'll do it in that case. Daredevil Born Again. Oh, sorry.
I got it. Let me figure this out. Daredevil Born Again to return stunt coordinator and no longer be 18 episodes. So the people don't know, it was supposed to be 18. Now it's back to 13, which is the regular size that Netflix shows was.
Mm-hmm.
It just started filming today, by the way.
Cool.
But they brought back the stuntman from Daredevil because they saw how much people hated his fight scene with Echo.
Yeah.
And now it's like, bro, if Daredevil fails, MCU TV side is like done, bro. Like they got to retire that shit, bro. We folks only put all your resources into movies, only focus on movies. You done did everything you can for this show to succeed, and you still somehow make this, and you know what Daredevil fans like because they already seen it. And you somehow can't give these fans what they want. When you know that's how you make the most money from this product. Not trying to invent something new, not trying to like fuse this version with the version from She-Hulk, well, even though I would be fine with that. You know exactly what people want. If this fails, I'm probably done with TV shows when it comes to Marvel. Bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, it might have to rely on member berries, but that's the status Marvel is right now. You know, they need wins on their side. As far as the news with the stunt coordinator goes, I agree with Austin. Like, you know, based on the reaction that the people had with the fight between Echo, yeah, they really needed that stunt coordinator back. And also because I don't think you could get any better than what you saw, like in terms of hand-to-hand fight scenes in the Daredevil show. You know?
Yeah, they were comparing that to the Raid film, which is what people think the best hand-to-hand fighting of all time is. But I think the Raid 1 and some Raid 2. I'll agree. Yeah, the Raid is inspiring so much anime fights among those stuff too. Like it's a big deal. I will say Echo itself got better at fighting as the series went on, but that first fight scene Daredevil, that first fight scene in the show was just bad in general.
The problem with that fight scene in Echo was the fact that they tried doing the whole single camera shots. And with the actress herself, like she's a passable fighter when you do cutting and editing. That's one thing I noticed when you go back in Hawkeye. You know? Yes, exactly.
In Hawkeye later in the show, you see the fight scenes are better because they're edited to cover mistakes and other stuff. And make them look a little bit more realistic.
But as opposed to Echo, you had to rely so much on the main actress having to pull her weight and making that fight look passable when. Yeah. I'm not going to go there, but almost.
This should shut up. You didn't even watch the whole thing.
Hey.
You watched this episode, to be fair.
Yeah. I watched the first episode, but anyway, so I feel like this is good news for fans who want more hope going into the show because Marvel, you need to win back certain fans. All right.
Yeah.
In terms of the 18 episodes being cut, I don't see a problem with
I think
that.
I think it was for the
Quality,
best. I think 18
yeah,
episodes they had way too much time on their hands, and it was gonna be a
yeah.
slow run.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like it seems like people in the mass would rather have quality than quantity. So if you could nail a solid 13 episodes,
Look, if
go
you
for
can't wrap up a Marvel's TV show in like 13 episodes, like we get to the finale and it's still like another MCU finale, I don't know what to say, bro. Like,
it.
I'm because the only hope I have in the series, I don't know. Okay, let's go over all the changes they made since like the original things happening. If
Hmm.
they're gonna make the Daredevil She-Hulk version show, so now we have the director from the Punisher, I believe. No, director from Loki and the screenwriter from the Punisher. It's one of those, either that or reverse.
Yeah.
So we have those two. We have the actual stunt coordinator who's used to Matt, his fighting style. Kingpin, he made all that stuff for that show. We have some of the writers from the Punisher back and for Daredevil in season 2 back, which is iffy for me. I don't know.
Hmm.
Daredevil season 2 is probably the worst season of Daredevil, but it's not a bad season. The first 4 episodes with Punisher is great. The next 4 episodes with Electra is kind of okay, and then the finale is great.
People remember season 2 mainly for the conflict between Daredevil and Punisher. Anyway, that's what shined the
Dude,
most in that season.
that was amazing. Well, we're not here to gush about that.
Oh,
So
I keep
with
in
this,
mind the actor who played Punisher, like he made it a point to let it out that yes, him return to the MCU, he wants to keep Punisher as authentic as possible. So
yeah, yeah,
crossing your everybody's crossing their fingers that Marvel will trust in delivering the Punisher they want. So.
yeah. We don't got a Punisher at all now, so that's just that. But
Hmm.
you got him coming back. You have Foggy and Karen coming back. So they're bringing
Oh,
back all the older cast with the mixture of the new cast that they already want to have in the show.
yeah.
So the
Oh,
first 2 episodes are probably going to be like a testing ground. But I have a lot
a,
more faith in the show than I did for him.
a recap. Oh, keep in mind, like they originally wanted to announce that what's his name, Foggy Nelson was killed off screen, But I guess they wanted to bring Foggy and Karen back for again member berries,
Yeah, because now that they brought Netflix back into canon, they just kind of want to say, oh, a little bit of stuff happened, but we jumping from the last time you seen them to right now. So
Yeah,
they don't want any drastic changes anymore. But I think that's fine. Like I said,
yeah.
because we thought about this a while back, Jake, BU Encrypted, in which, like, it was like a whole lot of episode stuff. But remember when they revealed that Kevin Feige had, like, loose plans? He had really, like, a set plan? For this TV show stuff, he needs a set plan, bro, at this point.
yeah,
Yep,
How many
yep.
shows can you yourself consider a failure? And you just keep putting out without caring. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He
Yep,
he needs
yep.
to write. He needs to have like an actual plan going forward. If his plan is to have Kingpin be the Thanos of the small screen, the Daredevil better portray all of that. This is like your last.
Dude, we better see Daredevil in the next Spider-Man film. All I'm saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, with you have the Daredevil director himself coming and doing the Spider-Man film, and you keep feeding, oh, Daredevil Spider-Man, Daredevil Spider-Man. Okay, Kingpin's the villain for both. Like you better deliver and give people that scene they want. And even
Mm-hmm.
though it's gonna be kind of weird, see this grown man hanging around with this child. I guess he won't be a child by that point.
Oh,
We'll
by
let
that
it
point,
slide.
isn't
Yeah, by that
Peter?
point, Peter is probably 20.
Yeah, he's college age at that point because I think that was the
Yeah,
last
he was
time we saw him.
17 the last time we saw him. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
17,
Oh,
18 last time we saw him.
oh, okay. Well, MCU sliding time scale and all that stuff. So, any other thoughts, guys?
Um,
This this
Lose my
m-
shit.
show this show cannot fail. Like it can't even be middle ground. It has to be phenomenal to win the audience back. It has to be a guaranteed win.
we can always blame Disney.
Yeah, I am blaming Disney right now. They're not giving me the Malleus card I want.
Hmm.
The what?
Listen, it's a whole thing. Let's just go to the next
Gotcha.
one.
All
It's
right,
a
let's
whole
move
thing,
on, guys.
Austin.
All right, guys, let's move on. Who wants to do this one?
Well, I hear Selina Gomez to return to the Wizards of Waverly Place spinoff because everything is not what it seems.
Dude, I remember when Witches. I remember when Witches of Waverly Place was, airing. Right? It was one of those
Did you
shows that was like.
wait? Did you just say Witches of Waverly Place?
I said,
Oh, sorry, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Ooh.
The first show.
yeah, we get
Hey,
you.
it's been a while. Okay, I'm trying to explain that it was one of those
Jake-
shows that was in the
Jake just
background.
said the name.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
no, I'm talking about the original.
Yeah,
The Wizards, Wizards of Waverly Place. Jake just said the name. That's what I was saying. You heard the man say Wizards,
Wait.
then immediately said Witches.
true.
Okay, yeah, it's been a while, but I'm trying to explain that show was one of those shows that was like in the background as I'm doing stuff, growing up and all that. And it's just amazing to see that this show is now getting a spin-off. I'm like, damn, it's really considered that old of a show at this point?
Oh yeah. To point out to people, you gotta remember Cryptid is a few years older than me. I think I'm the second oldest here. And I think the rest of us are closer in age. So
Yeah.
while he was growing up with it in the background, it was like all in front of us while we were on at least me when I was on the TV. And I don't even know if it was on when we were around.
Well, listen, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What's that? A hat? Crazy, funky, junky hat? Oh, no, that's one.
I haven't,
Jake.
I haven't thought of that jingle in years, man.
I think about it sometimes. I'm just like casually chilling. I see a hat. I'm like, that's awesome.
For clarification, she's only going to be in the first episode or something to set up the spinoff. I think we're following Destin kid. Because if anyone remember the movie, Destin got to keep his powers. He's basically going to be like the Dumbledore type thing to wizard, I believe.
Ooh.
Even though Alex is the family wizard.
Remember the episode where there was a wizard terrorist that tried to give every wizard to keep their powers, and they thought that person was evil, and so they had to stop him.
Yeah, that show does stuff like that a lot. But my drawing point with the show, I'm gonna take off for a while. When they kept trying to do romance with Alex, and like each one of them ended the same way until like
Bro, I was into it.
I got turned to a werewolf, the other one got turned to something else, and then the unturned and they end up either one. So like you just waste our time.
Even Justin had a roster of girlfriends himself. Like, what he
was dating
he was dating. He was dating a goth. He was dating a vampire, and I think he was dating a normal girl. I forgot.
Yeah, but she lasted the least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It
was a good show. You know what I remember? I remember playing the Wizards of Waverly Place game on the Disney website. Disney used to have like games for all their shows on their website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun.
The only other thing I remember of that show was just the fountain of chocolate that Alex was bathing in.
You know what's funny? I always think about that scene too. Anytime they go away with me, think of that scene.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like benchmarks for the show, I'm just want to compare it. I want to say quality wise, like the That's So Raven coming back with that whole spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently that spinoff was good. I didn't watch it at the time. I started watching Disney Channel a long time ago. I think a lot of us are still watching Disney Channel at this point. But if it comes to the quality of that, I think it'll be fine. I kind of wish more shows would do something, because some of these franchises really could come back or be explored more, and just got like ignored. Cartoon Network like refuses to go back or anything. So seeing Disney still willing just for money, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. You can always count on Disney to be milking a franchise after all, right?
Right.
But all right, guys. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Tony, get out of my life.
Alrighty then, guys.
To Malleus
Let's move on.
Draconia, I will get your dorm card. Okay, we can move on. Thank you.
Okay. Why don't you do the honors of this one?
Which one are we on? Oh, yeah. What else is new? Sony doesn't want to associate with Spider-Man, so that's why Madam Web is trying to remove the Spooderman connections, which makes no sense. No sense.
So people don't know. So people don't know. Originally, this was all supposed to be set up for Peter Parker's birth. Even though they haven't said it, we saw the photo, we saw the leak scene. There's a guy who rumored to be casting Uncle Ben, but we know that Uncle the Aunt May casting at the time, which we knew. So they're trying to change all that so it doesn't be connected. The whole point of this movie is supposed to be to make sure Peter Parker's birth happens.
Yeah.
But it's funny they're going to do that when they don't even have a Peter Parker their main verse right now. So it's like, this supposed to be the setup for you know Spider-Man? Because now you got 5 Spider-Man, what's the point?
I think they were expecting this movie to be bigger than it is, but I think everybody is now expecting this movie to not perform well.
You couldn't tell me from how they produced this film. Seems like another tax write-off for the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It definitely does feel like a tax write-off.
Yeah. This should not have come out after that whole South Park episode, because that's what everybody keeps associating this movie as, like.
The worst part is, go ahead.
It's my question. Like, I know it's a long time, so I'm just forgetting the news. Like, is there any particular reason why they don't just uncover Andrew Garfield's corpse and put him back in the Spider-Man suit after No Way Home? I
think Andrew Garfield mentioned that he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He's getting too old at this point.
Okay.
Because he's not as young as he actually looks. I think the dude's like in his mid-40s right now, isn't he?
You know who else is in their mid-40s?
No.
Not my mom, because she's in her early 40s. Ayo!
Good for her.
It's true. She's in her early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for exposing your mom on the podcast, Wick. I'll make sure to let her know. You told her her age.
She knows in her early 40s.
But,
did you guys hear that staticky
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, I heard it too. I
was messing with my mic, so sorry about that.
It's alright. From what I remember, Andrew Garfield would have been willing to make one more film. And that's why, and when you watch Venom, I don't know if you remember, they have like newspaper clippings and stuff.
Yeah.
If you read the newspaper clipping, they're talking about Black Cat and Rhino, which is the end of Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to get a movie. They wanted to try to do a movie post Spider-Man 3. Like, so we weren't going to get whatever Spider-Man 3 was going to be. We're going to see the after effects, and, like the new adventure after he's been feeling, better and stuff. You're going to get like some flashbacks and stuff.
All right.
But with Miles doing everything they were doing, they stopped that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they want to try to put more stock in animation, and now they don't really know what they want to do.
Here's the question, guys. Do you guys think if they went forward with their plans to include Peter Parker and that stuff, that this movie would have been better?
It would give a better justification to being a
but
whether it made the movie better, I can't tell you that until I see the film.
No. Think of this like from a stalking standpoint. Go ahead.
So when you me to introduce this topic, I was actually eating a burger patty. So I was like, oh shit. Audience, if you guys tend to forget, I do like to eat during the lives. It helps me get through the lives. But yeah, go on, Cryptid. Go on. I'm gonna mute myself.
Drinking coffee gets me through this.
Okay.
So,
okay.
All right. But yeah, do you guys think this? Look, I guess we're all expecting this movie to bomb, right?
Yeah.
Financial bomb.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Cryptid before the live started, I saw an article where Adam Webb. She was like, "I just hope that I did a good job." And who knows? Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. I haven't seen this shit.
Even if the movie is good, do you think it'll avoid a box office bomb?
if it's cheap.
Well, not a lot of people really care enough about Madam Web to probably even see this movie, but who knows?
Exactly. So do you think if including a version of Spider-Man into this movie, it could have saved this movie or brought more seats to the table?
Not baby Spider-Man.
I'm impressed they don't just put Spider-Man there because that's how they marketed their last couple movies. They're like, oh look, Spider-Man.
Yeah, remember they did movies. They put Spider-Man on the wall. That was seen in the film.
Oh yeah,
Can I be 100% honest with you? I don't even know what this movie is about.
It's about
nobody does.
The 3 women of destiny. Okay.
It was supposed to be this guy trying to sever the web of
what the
destiny.
movie's about.
This guy trying to sever was going to try to kill Peter Parker and cut the web of destiny to stop all that dumb shit to happen.
Yep.
And that was and now they cut the baby out the premise. So.
Which the studio is expecting you to just know that these are just 4 women with spider powers. That's all you need to know, right? Like, that's a selling point, right?
It's their version of Birds of Prey. So the emasculation of Harley Quinn. World Player Power.
Yeah. And we all know how that film did. Like,
really, Joe?
Really?
Unless they're gonna do like Elseworld Spider-Man movies, and they give us like the Spider-Verse, so everyone get their own movie type thing. Yeah. I'm fine with them doing villain films, because there's a lot of stuff about these villains that like people don't know. If you play any Spider-Man game or watch any Spider-Man film, Rhino's just an idiot. I almost said that.
Yep. we're all familiar with Rhino, so yeah.
Yeah. So, but if you go by the comics stuff, like this dude's a really tragic character. He got tricked to be in his suit, then got beat up by Spider-Man. He had his whole situation with his wife, and then the second Rhino killed his wife, and he had to come out of retirement and stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could be introduced of villains to people in mainstream that you're probably never going to get. So even when they adapt characters like Venom, who they could have did Agent Venom instead and been more accurate, or did Kraven, who they some reason made the man who hunts animals an animal activist who wants to protect the forest and its creatures. They don't even care enough to like try to keep the premise in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine like Rhino, you could do like a whole universe built on Norman, bro, in his timeline. It would be hilarious. And everyone, it would be like a spectacular Spider-Man. Everyone works for Norman, and it's their own. Like it could have been a whole unique, centristic universe they want to do. Instead, they're like, just do random villains. We'll see which one works.
Yep. So much potential, but is what it is, Once this movie bombs, I'm sure they'll still find a way to try incorporating these characters in some adaptation, maybe even a cameo in the next Miles movie. Who knows?
I think
maybe
Kraven's gonna be
if
better.
We're lucky. We don't get jack shit in this house, man. Be grateful for what we do get. Anyways. Yeah, in this house of the Phanatics.
Maybe Austin Encrypted should be grateful for what they get, because the next topic, What If Season 3, will have a Sam Wilson episode. Let's go. Oh, there you go.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah, one out of all of the fucking Captain Carter episodes we've been getting.
Look, well, like we said, it wasn't really. I'm fine with their reason for him not being Captain America, but he is himself. The character Sam Wilson was not in any episode.
None. Zero.
Not even 1602, where he was at the fight.
Listen, I'm just saying they have an episode for him now. They're waiting to see him now. Okay.
Look, okay.
Dude, I'm not watching this. I already told you. Season 2, season 2 took me out of it, man. I'm done. What If?
Oh wow! Which they finally have Sam Wilson, Captain America, and What If, and you're not even gonna watch it? Seriously?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just kind of
okay. There. I just wanted to know that. Yeah.
I'm just kind of over it just because I'm gonna watch it, because you guys will give me shit if I don't. Well, God forbid you don't want to watch a 5-episode mini-series.
Yeah, no.
At least I put effort into this damn podcast.
Yeah. Wait. To be honest, we're not gonna give shit about that anymore, Joe. Like Chris did not want to fight episode. Put this shit out of me, bro. If y'all don't want to watch them, don't watch it. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay,
and why do y'all enjoy?
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, going back to the what if episode, yeah, it's cool. Sam gets his time to shine. Like, there'll be moments of relevancy of him. Because one thing I remember watching a video of, right? All the characters they really set up for Phase 4, from Phase 4 and that stuff that are supposed to be the future of Marvel. Yeah, they haven't really made appearances ever since their debut project.
Which
You
is
know,
weird.
like
That's how they got around because they wanted
well,
everyone could only have a trilogy in the original phases.
yeah,
And so with Iron Man, Tony Stark was already done in Phase 1, pretty much.
yeah.
So the way they kept him
But
relevant was having him cameo in everybody else's thing in some way, shape,
oh,
or form. So,
but keep in mind, we also had the Avengers that kept their characters going. We had Avengers films,
well, we had like
but
we had quad annual meetings with the superheroes to check in on how they were doing together.
yeah. But because we don't have any big team movies or projects or Avengers films, a lot of these characters are just still being on pause.
Yeah.
They should
Um,
make and animate the prequel comic, like the comic that happened before the movie.
oh, those. Yeah, they used to do that, but rarely do they ever acknowledge those as canon. I think because you have
All the
two
ones up
separate writers.
to all the one up to Civil War, canon.
Hmm. But yeah. In terms of Sam Wilson coming back, I think this might have been a last minute addition because I don't think the writers intended for them to wind up in this predicament where they're trying to expose Captain Carter mainly as opposed to Sam Wilson. So yeah, they just want to throw the audience a bone with bringing Sam into the spotlight. Like
Do
I
you
was okay.
know what the premise of the episode is?
It looks like it's going to be Gundam themed because you see like giant robots, like kaiju
Okay, I
sized
take back what I
robots.
said. I think what I
What?
said. I'll watch the episode. I take back what I said. I'll watch the episode.
It's got
Like you literally see a giant robot that has Captain America's shield on one of his arms.
mhm.
Okay, but
I'm
anyway, in
down.
terms of that, in
Oh,
terms of
you
that,
know what it is? It might be their version of Avengers Mech Strike, whatever the shit was called.
ooh, yes, there you go. You can make that work. And in terms of the image you saw of Sam, you also saw in the background that you have Monica Rambeau, and on to his side, and on the other side, you see Bucky Barnes, but he's sporting a different attire.
All right, I'm gonna go find this picture.
Gotcha. But in terms of any of other glimpses we saw, of course, we saw like an image of Winter Soldier teaming up on a mission with Red Guardian. Yo, I'm expecting Red Guardian to be pulling off all the amazing feats that Captain Carter has done. Because like that, based on our last conversation about the Super Soldier Serum, right, working differently on
Jake.
an able-bodied person, like I'm expecting these guys, able-bodied soldiers, to perform if they get a serum.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No,
like
I
Sam.
agree.
I checked out.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Sam by himself. Okay.
No, I'm
No,
talking
no,
about
no. We
Red
thought
Guardian.
my argument. My argument when we had our debate last time was Steve had this really sick body, so when he got the serum, it made him a certain amount of strong. So if you give like a regular standard soldier whose body already toned, already built, he should probably be stronger than what Steve is. And
Hmm.
if Red Guardian does the same stuff that Captain Carter does, and we still haven't got a Steve Rogers do anything close to it, it might be true.
Yeah. Oh wait, now that I think about it, even Bucky has a serum, doesn't he?
He has
Oh, wait, he
I
has
don't
a
remember.
version.
Stop.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a version.
But yeah.
It's not the
Okay.
perfected version.
Yeah, the
Okay,
only
but not.
quote
But
unquote
still, you guys get my point. I need to see Red
Yeah.
Guardian what he was like performing in his prime.
only a couple people have the perfect.
Is it Prime? Is it young Red Guardian?
Yeah, young Red Guardian. It looks like. He basically looks like.
Is he fighting Wasp?
Yes, this is in his younger. This would be around the 70s or 80s, right around that time. Like he basically just looks like the body of Steve Rogers in a red and white costume.
Yeah. He got a
So-
fatter jaw. He got a fatter jaw than this.
Well, that's the only nitpick. Well, not nitpick. I mean, he has to look somewhat different than Steve. But anyway, Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if they announced the other episodes. I think
From my knowledge, they haven't.
I heard rumors that one of the What If episodes will be Okoye. What if Okoye became the next Black Panther? Which
Yeah,
I hope.
I heard it too.
I hope that. Yeah, I hope that's not true, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'd rather have M'Baku. I'd rather see if M'Baku did it because in the first movie they're gonna try to make M'Baku Black Panther.
Yep. No, I want to see what if M'Baku won Challenge Day. You know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I still want what if. I want to see what if Thanos won. I want to see the universe he was gonna meet. I just want it.
Oh yeah, that was another rumor I heard. One of the episodes is going to be what if the other half of the people got snapped instead.
They can't win. They lose.
Well,
All the smart people are gone, bro. They just lose.
well, no. Hank Pym will be there.
No,
I'm
well,
not pressing this old nigga. To be honest,
you have Doctor Strange who supplement the strategy. Peter Parker is smart enough there if he has enough Stark technology
what
to
up?
probably figure.
No, Jake. But you also have to remember, Strange said there's only one way to win. This wouldn't be that way. They'll have to lose somehow.
They don't fucking care. They show every time with Thanos kill 50 other times, bro. I don't know. I don't think the What If writers would care.
No. Those moments are different because they aren't at that time where he picked. Okay, from the moment he picked that this fight is happening, there's no way for no one from buying his dollar.
Well, we'll see. Well, wait.
So even if they bring the Avengers back, I want them to lose the final fight. I think that'll be fair.
Okay. They just have to fit this Jenga piece in, you know, without toppling the tower. It's not going to be easy, but they'll try, you know.
Based on what we. Oh, go ahead.
And the timelines over Black Bolt and the gang just like folded Thanos. He just laid out.
Hey. That's not the timeline. That's different universe. Okay?
Yeah.
That doesn't count. But I'm willing to give season 3 a try if these are the actual titles, because these are more interesting than what we got already. At least based on the premise. I don't know if do I trust them to do this premise greatly. Not really, based on season 2. But I'll be willing to check it out. Now.
Yep.
You convinced me.
Yay. Win for Marvel. I got them a viewer. Alright. But anyway, guys, I think we spoke enough about What If and the media news. You guys want to head on?
We're kind of behind on time. I ain't going to lie to you.
Alright. The next topic's going to be pretty brief. Hold sec, 52, 45. Okay. I'll announce this one. Edge of Spider-Verse introduced Star Spider.
It's that time. Happen.
Bro, look, if we do these topics every time they happen, we're gonna be doing Spider-Man topics till we die.
I know.
It's just real.
Damn week.
I had to find some comic news. I got
comic news.
I also got news.
Is Edge of Spider-Verse an event, like an ongoing?
No, it's going to be a mini-series.
No. Well, it's a mini-series. They keep making more mini. Yeah, it started as one mini-series of 5 issues, and then it just keep coming mini-series. They're like 10 different Edge of Spider-Verse.
And all of them have the same premise of introducing a new Spider-Person every year.
And then they don't need
a picture, man. Yeah, this is the picture of this new Spider-Person. We want to see.
Well, I posted it on Hot Topics. What do you want?
Go to general chat.
You go to Hot Topics.
Yeah.
You can use a fancy tool called Google because we're not advanced enough to put it on the screen yet. So.
Gotcha, but regardless, which no one's going to care about this character.
Based on the way they're holding their hip, it's definitely a female. It's a female. Yep. It's orange. Just keep pulling up in the Hot Topic.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Girl, I got you. Please stop. I got you.
You know what? If you guys want, you could blame this on Spider-Boy because Marvel's like, okay, we finally have a success on.
I like her. I love this design.
the design is good. I would like it a lot more if there wasn't 300 more of them. You know what I mean?
How many armored
You
spiders have you seen? Which,
a lot, a
I
lot.
can count.
yeah.
But you know,
You
I
know,
Yeah,
mean,
this
people
is
make
probably the best
spider sonas all
female
the
armor design.
time. Yeah, I like it a lot. You know what? I'm
Okay.
spider person, like a spider sona yet, like an
Cool.
original character. I've drawn myself in a spider suit, like I did for the spider
Mm,
across the Spider Verse
Wait,
episode, but I haven't actually made a spider sona.
would you be
okay.
willing to do that for the Madam Web review? I would want to see y'all do that.
Ah.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
Pay for this shit.
Yeah, I just thought it would be hilarious.
But anyways,
That
I
movie also
like this
introduced
design. This
four
is
Spider
like
Women.
cute.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
which,
Do you want to
which
be?
at
Do you
this
want
point,
to? You want to become a woman, Austin, for that
which,
episode? You want to
I don't care. You can do it to make everybody women. It doesn't matter.
okay.
Not much
Which,
would change for
yeah,
me.
gotcha.
I
Which, if you want,
made sure that my entire life is make sure to confuse the living shit out of everyone. So you know it works.
good for you, good for you. But anyway, at the track record Marvel's going, which if you want, you could try submitting a spider design to Marvel, and odds are they'll sell it for a $20 variant. This is the next Spider Person audience. You know?
Yeah, that'll be intriguing. You know, I'll make another gay Spider-Man just to piss off. There you go. There you go, audience. I'll give you something. I'll make another
Okay.
Spider-Verse character so that I can piss off conservatives more than my entire being. Let's
As you
fucking
know,
go! And you know
Just,
what?
you
Just
know,
to
just make
spite
him a
them,
great fighter.
as you know, we have a
just to
very
spite them. Wait, just to spite them a bit more, I'll make them trans too.
Go for
Gay
it.
and
conservative
trans.
Trans again?
Oh!
Okay, but anyway,
I'm gonna just
yeah.
keep going
Some-
until
You
I want
might,
to stop. So
you
it's
might
gonna
well
be
add
great.
you might well add furry to that. Gay trans furry.
Person of color too. I'll make him a person of color too.
No, no, intentionally try making this character the ultimate minority that checks as many check boxes as possible.
But
You
also
know?
make sure that they're an interesting character. I can't just keep adding on
Mm.
stuff. I want to make sure they're actually an interesting character. So we'll work on it. We'll workshop it, guys. If you
Yeah,
have any
it's,
ideas, send it to the Twitter account.
make them. All right, but anyway,
Bacon,
guys,
if
I
you're
think
watching this, you know what to do.
All right, guys. But with that, I think we should move on. We still have a bunch of other topics to get to. Already, let's move on. Austin, you want to do this one?
Oh yeah, let me pull up the article. With new X-Men Avengers, I believe.
Yep, that was. And for the record, audience, this is going to be the X-Men crossing over with the Avengers that's led with Captain Marvel, Sam Wilson, Thor,
The
Vision,
good
and Scarlet
Avengers.
Witch.
Don't let the name. Don't let.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Didn't
The
we
hell
just
was
have
that,
an
Witch?
event like last year? Didn't we just
Judge-
have an
No.
event last year with this?
Judgment
No.
Day? No, that was like
We-
2 years
Judgment
ago.
Day was
I
2
wanna-
years ago, and it was
Holy fucking shit! It's been 2 years.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Holy
back before we even
shit!
started recording.
Which, before you know it, you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll realize you're 40. You're 40!
Shut up, cryptid. I don't plan on living till I'm 40. It's fine. I don't plan on living until I'm 40 anyway, so it's fine.
Okay,
Look,
go
long
ahead,
story
Austin.
short, people, just because Carol is the first name he said, does not mean this book isn't good. Y'all, that stigma is gone. Carol in the comics is a great character right now, in their own book
Audience-
and in this book. But y'all got to move on.
Audience, this is the best version of Carol that I've seen written in years. She was okay in Kelly Thompson's run, but this one for me it was just like miles better, you know?
Yeah, but this crossover is all with the fall of X and rise of Power 10
Mm-hmm.
thing going on. I'm looking at the article. I'll try to get a bigger thing for it.
Now question, Austin. is this a one shot, or is it from the Avengers tie-in, or is it going to be an actual issue from the Avengers run so far?
It seems like uh, it's gonna be like cross book thing
Oh,
where
okay,
it starts
okay.
with Avengers, go to X-Men, go to Invincible Iron Man, go to Resurrection of
Hmm.
Magneto, go to
Hmm.
the Sabretooth, and it goes back to Avengers,
Okay,
and then
okay.
Dead X-Men and stuff. So it's a
Okay.
multi-book thing. It's not a, oh, here goes the Alpha book, read this and then go everywhere else. Or at least they might do that, to be fair. All they did is announce it so far. We haven't
Gotcha,
got the trailer
gotcha.
for it or anything.
Hmm.
But I think it's gonna be an Alpha book. They're gonna tell you to read these titles, and then like the Omega book at the end.
Cool, cool. I mean, I've been liking the momentum of the Avengers, so I'll hop on this ride of their Avengers with the X-Men. So, yeah.
I'm excited, only because, yeah, like I said, me and you both just got back in X-Men, trying to see the end, at least see how Krakoa ends at the end of the day.
Yep.
And we've been reading Avengers. Avengers has been great. This ties into the Sabretooth War, which I'm already going to read.
Yep.
So it's a lot of stuff here I'm going to have to check out anyway. But
Hmm.
speaking of which, because this says Invincible Iron Man, I want y'all to know Iron Man has just slept with Emma Frost. I'm proud of my boy.
Good for him, man.
Yeah,
He could get
forget
a
Cyclops.
he could get a separation happy now, you know. So
Yeah, I think this is the second time it happened, but I'm proud of him. Like in general, like in history of comics, but I'm proud of him.
I mean, hey,
I
Stark
kind of
is
hope his
used.
relationship works out.
I mean, hey, Stark is used to having a fortune right on top of him. What makes this any different, you know?
I kind of hope this relationship works out because
Hmm.
having a woman who can keep Tony in check will probably help his character out a lot.
I think this will work as long as Jerry Duggan's is in charge of this
Yeah,
couple.
I think the moment
Yeah,
he leaves, the couple's done.
you know, yeah, like I don't know if you knew this, Austin, but he actually based Tony and Emma hooking up. Uh, he had them based on his parents hooking up.
What the fuck?
This
No,
dude's weird,
as
bro.
in
Read in the book.
as in they got married by necessity, which is what happened with Iron Man and Emma. You know
Yeah, I know
Well,
that, but still, I didn't have to
that
say
that's
that.
that's the only similarity Jerry Duggan was touching on between those two. You
yeah, you're
know.
giving us PTSD. When I hear stuff like that, I
Yeah.
hear Tom Taylor. Oh yeah, Batman and Catwoman is just me and my wife.
Hey, but you're
Like,
enjoying this
I
couple.
know that sometimes we project our relationships onto fictional characters, but Jesus Christ, some people gotta calm the fuck down. It is not that deep.
When it's your character you own, I think it's okay. But if you're going to a different place to write some other character, don't do that. That character's not you. And you're not gonna do
Yeah,
what you're gonna do.
yeah,
Hey,
like you said, like
he's
if
not.
it's your OCs, it's fine. But if it's like
Hey, he's
a
not.
already existing property, you gotta chill out.
Hey, he's only just basing the marriage, not the people. He's not writing Tony as
So
his
yeah,
dad and Emma as his mom.
that'd be
Low key kind of.
that'd be hilarious if it was though. That'd be funny.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
Wait, how long do you think it's
yeah,
gonna be until Tony Stark finds out that Emma Frost doesn't actually have a British accent? How long do you
I
think
think he
it's gonna
knows.
be? Yeah, I think he might know too. I think he might also know that she's not a natural blonde, which I think we all know that.
which will
But
he find out
she's not
soon?
natural to anything. Tits and everything. All this.
Don't break the imaginations of fanboys everywhere, Austin. Come on.
But we know
Bro, if
Emma's
y'all
not a
really care
natural
about this character,
blonde.
y'all will read that story, bro. I care about Emma Frost. That's why I know.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Valid. We like Emma in this house.
Okay. Gotcha. But alright then. I'm pretty sure me and Austin both are going to be tagging along as we read this crossover. So all good, all good. All right, audience. I think we're done with the comic reviews. Now we're going on to the comic reviews. And I
Oh
realize I
yeah,
just said comic reviews twice. Uh, Jake,
because of Jake and what he said earlier. we are going to 10-minute everything in this segment. Just
So
to mess
yeah,
with
no fucking
No.
around, cryptid.
This one is going to be worth fucking around with Jake's mind because we're
You
talking
say
about
that. You say
Fantastic
that
Four.
every time.
This is Fantastic Four number 16. Jake, you want to find something that's even more insane than blocking out the sun?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Let's see if this topples that. All right, this has nothing to do with Reed Richards, but this issue is all based on the kids. Franklin and Valeria, as well as Ben and Alicia's children. The Cree boy named Joe,
Blur?
and the Scroll girl named Nikki, right?
I was about to say, you better learn their name.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, they are having spending their first day in school, and this is a public school because apparently the FF had their bank accounts frozen, so this is all they could
Yeah.
afford. Yep. And I kind of like their introductions here as they're introducing themselves as a class. You have Joe who's like saying, "I'm from an alien warrior from space." You have Nikki who's saying, "Hey, I'm an alien warrior from space, and I also shapeshift." Then you have Franklin there saying, "Yeah, I used to have crazy powers where I could create whole universes with just a thought." But
Until I met Dan Slott.
yeah. But then you have Valeria, who probably has the most frightening introduction. She's like saying, "Hi, I'm Valeria Richards. I'm the daughter of Reed and Sue, and I'm also the goddaughter of Doctor Doom."
So basically, fuck around and you will find out.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord, help the guy who has enough stones to want to ask her out the prom. Like, you know.
Dude,
Okay.
that actually be no. You joking? I need that issue now because I'm imagining like Doom's gonna meet him and Doom's gonna think he's like the dad with the shotgun. But then after like the Doom comes in, he goes home, he sees Reed and Reed sits at the table with like a machine behind him.
I want it to be like Reed and Sue are trying to get to know the boy. It's a nice conversation. Maybe the boys do a little bit well, and then Doom over dramatically opens the door.
Like, hey, young man, are you prepared to run a country if need be? What type of corsage did you give her? This
No,
rose
Doom, he
petal?
probably
It's
would do
not
something like that
worthy.
too.
Yeah.
To be honest, Doom probably would do something like that where he would make it. He would get an heir just to pair him with Blair. And be like, I
Yeah.
want Blair to run my country.
What's your genetic history? Are you related to any nobility, young man? Like this and
You got
that.
asthma, bro? Yeah, you got to die. Sorry,
Yeah.
not good enough.
He's a B average. You cannot date him.
Yeah. But anyway, that's just the tip of the iceberg of this story. Anyway, so they attend their first science class, right? And I like the way the teacher is written here. She feels like a teacher you actually would have in a high school, right? Their lesson of the day is about like, the progress of science, how like, you take something what you know of now and decades later it'll be improved upon. I mean, what was once considered impossible today could be achieved in decades with science. She even brings up the example of Robert Boyle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Yeah.
He Okay, yeah, he was like one of the most gifted minds or inventors of his time, real like 16th century sort of guy, right? But he knew the limitations of the science in his time, so he created a list of things, of a checklist of things that he hopes get invented in the future. And for the most part, like, some of these inventions, some of these checklists, they did end up happening, like, making a metal that's lightweight but also extremely hard, or
The
creating
art
a
of
ship,
flying.
the art of flying, or like creating a ship that could sail all seas and that stuff. But you also still have some items that haven't been achieved yet. But more to the point, the teacher just wants them all to write an essay on one of these topics. Talking about the history, what led to the progression of them, this and that. So yeah, just a plain simple topic. And of course, Valeria and Franklin are like, "This is so lame. This is kiddie science." You know?
Hey, yeah,
Oh man, this,
wait. To be fair, I see with
yeah,
Franklin here. I know about longer than 10 minutes, but give it a second. So I
yeah.
get Franklin being public school there. I feel like any place would like invite Larry to go to their school. He's
Hmm.
on record for having one of the highest IQs of all time.
Yeah, but I guess
Like
keep
it's
in mind
well
she.
known.
But they all want to stick together. I think that's a thing. You know?
What? But
Playing
like,
kids.
no, that's a good point. Like, are they in honors class at the very least? Like, what class?
They're in
Well,
public
see,
school.
Larry is in a different class to be fair than the Franklin.
Mhm. Oh
Yeah,
no, they're
that's
they're
cool.
they're in the same science class. They have to work on this
Oh
project
yeah.
together.
They're in a different
Mm.
homeroom. They're in the same science class.
Okay.
Have honor classes. I don't know why they're not in honors.
Well, a lot of public schools have that together. You're
Okay.
not everyone's as gifted as you. Okay.
Okay, but anyway, going back to the comic, right? So they're all walking back. They're all kind of saying that this is going to be like a pretty boring school year. But that's when Valeria said, "Hey, you guys want to do something to spice this up? What if we try attempting to check off one of the items that nobody's even invented yet?"
Oh, so you want an elf? You want an elf?
No,
That's not the assignment.
yeah. What? Oh no, she just wants to make an impression. But what could possibly go wrong with this? Like. So they looked through the list and they said, "Let's do this one, the first ever universal solvent." And in case you guys need to know, solvent is basically a fancy acid, an acid that can melt through anything and everything.
That's how do you contain it? That sounds like a
Oh, no,
very problem you can't do anything.
that's a fun part. Okay, so they have a teleporter in their closet. They go to the Baxter building. They grab some materials. They spend the weekend tinkering and creating this. They even have their cousins Joe and Nikki helping out. Right? Took
Oh
some
look,
working.
Reed can cook. There's a panel of Reed cooking here.
Oh yeah,
Reed can cook.
Reed's cooking his famous tacos. He got inspired by the Reed Richards of Universe 5, 6, 7, 4, 3, 2, or whatever, who made fancy tacos. So, but more to the point,
Okay.
right? So anyway, they finally did it. They created the first ever universal solvent, and this was right before dinner time. They were so happy. They were so congratulatory, up until they realized, what's to keep this solvent from melting through the glass? It breaks through the It breaks through the glass.
Just now?
Huh?
Just now?
Yep.
The scene.
Like they had it in a tube, and it ended up just breaking.
Just then? Like when the
Just-
Pokemon hit it?
Well, when they finished it, it immediately started cutting through the container.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Anyway, so it breaks through the tube, it breaks through the desk, it breaks through the floor. Now all of a sudden the kids are freaking out, like, oh shoot. It breaks through the floor, it breaks through the ceiling, it breaks through the ground, and they're like, oh man, that goes our assignment. Actually, it gets worse from here. Because that chemical is just going to keep sinking and sinking until it reaches the Earth's core. And because it's making a channel all the way to the Earth's core, added to the fact that the chemical will cause a reaction to the core, meaning like there's going to be an eruption that's going to follow that channel, meaning you're about to create a volcano in your Aunt Petunia's house.
And not only that, what if he just keeps going to the other side of the planet? They call the whole different situation.
Oh yeah.
Why not have a volcano in your Aunt Petunia's house? Why not? I do it every Sunday.
Yep.
Cryptid, wait. It's China's problem now.
It's about to be the whole world's problem.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
Jake, so Jake, is this worse than blocking out the sun?
No, they're children, okay? And their parental figures is Reed Richards and Dr. Doom. Okay? They had no.
And one of these children like a toddler. He's so small.
And one of them is a reality warper, so anything's possible.
Well, he's no longer a
not
reality
anymore.
warper. Yeah. They had to
That's
depower him.
what he wants you to think. That's what he wants you to think. Maybe he's just
I guess.
quote unquote depowered until he
What?
isn't.
You know what I would have found funny? I would have found funny if like they were doing if Reed and Valeria, not Reed, Franklin and Valeria were doing a project together, and like Valeria like was basically finishing it, and Franklin was like, "Hey Valeria, I went over the notes. I think your calculations are a bit off." And she's like, "What? What are you talking about? I would never mess up calculations."
You want her to pull a
I want her
Victor,
to do
don't
that.
you?
I would like to think right before it fell, she started doing that, and then they'll look behind her and they just faltered her.
But yeah, anyway.
Franklin, you did this. I would never mess up. You mess up.
Okay, but guys, it gets funnier from here. All right, so let's get back to the comic. So anyway, so they're freaking out. They don't want to tell their parents this. So what they're going to end up doing is two people are going to go at the dinner table while the other two people try covering the holes, and you're going to have Nikki, shrink herself down to go down and retrieve the liquid in a container. So yeah, that's what they end up doing. They go back and forth. This actually starts hurting Reed Richards' feelings, thinking, did the kids just not like my tacos?
Hey, these tacos, as a chef, look masculine, bro. They trying this, man.
What is cooking if it's not a science, So
he deserves it, but I feel bad for him.
He even says that. He said, I cooked it right to the 71.7 temperature and everything.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
It's the punishment he deserves, but I feel bad for him.
Okay, but anyway, so long story short, the kids retrieve the liquid. They're taking turns transferring it through different glass vases or whatever they have that could contain it for a brief time. They do this until all the adults go sleeping, right? So now they have to figure, okay, how are we going to get rid of this thing? And that's when the Kree, Joe says, "Hey, we could just do it like the Kree do it when it comes to disposing waste. Let's just throw it in the sun." Okay, so they teleport to the Baxter building. They put the chemical in one of their spaceships and have it set off to go fly into the sun. Yay! I'm sure Reed and Sue are not going to notice that they're missing one jet in the building. Okay, but anyway, they go back home. They're like, okay, we finally solved the problem. Okay, we didn't finish the report, but we'll just write something up on the bus ride. It's really no problem, right? Job well done, guys. So that's when you have Valerius about to sleep, and this is when she finally puts two and two together. And I'm just going to read exactly what she says. Oh, crap! I forgot! The solvent's exotic molecular bonds cannot be broken by heat, which means that instead of being destroyed, it'll just be vaporized by the sun and blown back to Earth, where it will burrow millions of molecule-sized holes into everything it touches and turn the entire planet into Swiss cheese.
I think that's the doom in her.
Let Jake have this, Austin. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just want Valeria to be like, darn it, Franklin, why didn't you say anything? I hate you.
Oh, so is this version of blocking out the sun, Jake?
Yeah, but she's the daughter of Reed, is to be expected.
No. To be fair, Cribbit, if they stop it, nothing bad has happened.
Right.
Compared to the dude actually blocking out the sun.
They took a simple homework assignment and turned it into an end of the world scenario. So.
That's what kids do.
She's the daughter of Reed Richards. I blame Reed.
Okay, but anyway, so they all go back to the Baxter building. They hop on another spaceship. They go fly, and luckily they're able to catch up to the other spaceship and retrieve the liquid. Now this is where they have to think, okay, what the hell are we going to do with this? Well, we could just throw it in a black hole. Okay, where's the nearest black hole? And who's going to get close enough to throw it in there? Okay, yeah, I think now is about the right time to be telling the parents this. So they go up to their parents, and yeah, of course, Sue is really upset and disappointed with all the children, right? But you have
Reed's
Ben and
impressed,
Elise.
Jake, so you might be right.
Yep, Reed is actually impressed. How are you able to sympathize this? I wonder.
What is
Okay, I'm impressed, Valeria.
Actually, fix the
Fascinating.
ion attraction problem.
Yep.
What did
It,
I tell you? Reed's an asshole.
and then you have like Ben and Alicia who are like, "Oh, you're telling us our kids played a part in saving the world and also piloted a spaceship? Oh, that is so
But
good. That is so
hey, look,
nice."
I'm reading that, but I don't like how he's just going so the part that they caused that problem. If you get rewarded or hyped up because you stopped the problem you caused, that's kind of crazy.
I know. You want craziness? Let me tell you what ends up happening, right? So yeah, the kids are grounded, but like Sue's like also telling them, okay, first thing first, we have to solve the solvent problem. Kids, you're
Oh
actually
no!
not the
Wait,
you're
wait, wait,
actually
Curtis, it's worse. I read the dialogue. He made a pun, and the dialogue makes sure you know it's a pun because it does the word in all black. It says, "Well, let's focus on solving the problem before
Yep.
we worry about that."
There you go. And then right after
Jake
that,
wrote this.
that's when Susan lets it out. Kids, you're not the first member of this family to create a universal solvent in their youth.
No, this is Reed.
Yep, as they
The
all look at Reed.
no. I'm saying the bubble is going off screen to Reed. Reed saying it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's him
yeah.
saying, and to that end, I will say you're actually not the first member of the family to create a
Oh,
universal solvent near you. Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's true. So anyway, Reed is like, okay, let me guess, kids. Bob Doyle's wish list, right? It's okay, I got this. We were able to synthesize the components of the unstable molecules from our suit and put it into a beaker. So there, we're able to contain it, right? But I hope you kids realize that now that this solvent can be contained, it can no longer be considered a universal solvent. So, yeah, on top of
Yeah.
nearly causing the destruction of Earth, you failed in your science project.
Yeah, what a good father Reed is, crushing his children. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyway, like the kids go back to school, they don't have anything for their assignment. They didn't even get a chance to sleep. They tried winging it by like making a big skeptical out of one of the assignments. Like so yeah, Bob's list was it was cool, it was gigantic, it was big. Yeah, Valeria and Franklin get an F.
And then Doom walks in. How dare you give my daughter?
No. You're joking. You're joking. I actually expect that to be a thing. I expect him to see that he's going to show up to Valerie. But, he's going to show up to her thinking it's a mistake. And, like, no, y'all got to change this. And then Larry's going to have to go there and be like, actually, yeah, we got to, he's going to look at her with, like, one of the most cross faces I've ever seen in my life. I can't even wait.
He's going to be we need to have a moment where Doom is like, I'm disappointed in you, Valerie. How could you get enough?
Yeah.
But anyway, like but Doom might get won over by her counter response, right? You have Franklin who's bummed out about this, but then you have Valerio who's like, hey, how about we build a time machine? But instead of taking us back in time, it'll have the whole world go back in time by reversing the rotation of the planet, and that's when you have Nikki saying, "Mom."
That sounds like a good. You know what it really sounds like? It sounds like if we made a Fantastic Four TV show today, that could be like the second episode. That's
I would tell you, like Power Pack and like the Kids Fantastic Four thing could be a whole thing. Like I think a Kids Fantastic Four thing would fail. I think the Power Pack as a TV show would fail. It would be like the same type of premise. I think all that stuff would fail. They don't want to do it.
They're just waiting. We have to wait for the Fantastic Four to have a movie. No.
Every time I see the other two kids, you can't tell me they don't look and feel like they're younger than Val and them. They're like I don't say they're all in the same class. All the alien kids, they definitely don't feel like they're the same people as a teenager.
Yeah, they're going
Val and Richard.
I'll admit, like in some, the way they're being drawn is consistent in several panels in terms of their age, but I'll let that slide because one is a shapeshifter.
I
You
want you to
know?
know by their regular height, but Jake, both of them only come up to Valeria and Franklin's shoulders. But they're both the same height. They both come to their shoulder like they're the little siblings, but they're all apparently the same age.
Mm-hmm.
The height differences in Scarlet and Kree, bro.
No, they're
Gotcha.
not though. That's a
But anyway, that's Fantastic Four, audience. I'm surprised Jake is taking this so lightly. You know?
They're kids. Reed's the
Yeah,
Reed,
and Reed was
He raised
barely
the
in it,
kids.
if at all, so it's fine.
He raised them, and then he crushed their dreams and got them an out.
And
but,
I was Jake.
but
I was
Jake,
expecting you. I was expecting you to say like Valeria was like the second coming or something. You know?
When she's
he's
an
the second
adult,
coming of Doom. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we want.
Okay. Okay. Yes, there is a future where we see Valeria as a grown woman, and she is wearing a Doctor Doom armor. I'll admit
Why
that.
not?
Like,
that's like an
yeah.
anime opening waiting to happen, where she's like standing her back's turned, capes.
So I think that's the best part of their relationship, really. That his daughter's up taking a little more liking to Doom, like spiritual wife than him, and he
Yeah.
has to deal with that. I don't think it's addressed enough.
That's
Besides
what I'm
when she
saying.
was like really, really young.
While I like this issue, I feel like it would have been funnier if they recreated the Reed and Doom rivalry, but like with Franklin and Valeria, but not. It doesn't end like badly. Just like,
I
Oh,
always
that
think you can't do that because Franklin isn't that smart. Like Franklin's average, like a little bit above average intelligence just because his parents are, but he's not. He don't qualify as a genius.
okay.
Jake, this was a homework assignment. That storyline you're talking about, that'll be for the science fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway,
It's when they have to actually compete against each other.
That would be even worse though. What if Franklin was like? What if Franklin pointed out there was a problem, and it was like, "You're not even as smart as me." Shut up.
You don't understand. I just saw Dad talking about this yesterday.
Okay. But anyway, guys, I think we've spoken enough about the
Yeah,
Fantastic Four.
that
Fun
went over
issue.
10 minutes. But that was mainly because we kept talking. Because that issue was actually pretty fun.
I don't know if we're talking. That's what the timer
It
is.
it was a fun ride. But anyway, let's go on to Austin's pick.
We're gonna get through this. We're gonna do Transformers #4. If you're not reading Skybound's Energon universe, which is Transformers, Duke #1, and Cobra Kai. Oh, not Cobra Kai. Cobra Commander #1. You need to get on this. This is probably my favorite start to your universe. I'll put this over the Massiverse start, even though I really love the Massiverse how they started off.
Oh wow.
There hasn't been one issue that I didn't like so far of any book.
So what happened?
We start back off. For people who don't remember, Starscream and them was forced to run away from their fight with Optimus last issue. So he returns back with. I'm not gonna say anything.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Okay, yeah. So Starscream and Skywarp are dragged back to their ship where Telegram 1 and Soundwave are. And he's looking at Soundwave like, bro, you still can't fix people yet? He like, no, I cut ahead, my bad. My picture, I got this digitally, so I couldn't get the physical copy. It was sold out. So my picture messed up. So it starts off with Skywarp still injured. Starscream tells him, Ayo, hold here. I'm going to go back and try to handle Optimus. He's chasing Optimus down while they're driving away. Optimus isn't a dad. Optimus is with Spike's dad and injured Spike in the car trying to take him to the hospital.
Ooh.
Spike got shot by humans by accident when they were trying to fight the Autobots and Decepticons last year.
Aw.
And Starscream is not letting up. He is messing up this. Like the damage Starscream does in this book is actually wild, bro. I would love to see this animated. But you see Spike's dad. What is Spike's dad name, Jake?
Jake.
Spike's
Jake
dad?
died.
I mean, yeah.
I always call him Spike's dad.
I remember last time we
We
talked.
love
You
that
said
for
his name.
you,
That's why I
Jake.
asked.
We love that for you.
Yeah,
Just call Spike's dad Splinter. There you go. Splinter.
Oh, Sparkplug Wiki? That's his name.
Yeah, it's like Spark or something. I'm gonna call him Spark. So Spark is crying. He thinks about his son's about to die. Starscream lands in front of Optimus. Optimus is injured. He lost an arm. So he's not really in the right mindset to fight Starscream. But to the rescue comes Carly and Cliffjumper, who trips Starscream up. Carly's in the car. She didn't help fight, bro. Don't look into that.
Mhm.
Transform Optimus Prime takes a death battle attack, and he turns his truck. He jumps out of it and jumps back into it, and lands on Starscream's face and drives off.
Ooh.
But yeah, it looks messed up. They make it to the hospital. Optimus transforms. He tells Spark to take Spike and run. They're gonna try to save his life, but Starscream's already caught up, and he is lighting the hospital up. And now it's even worse. He called for backup. It's Soundwave's here, and it's Soundwave and uh, I don't know which robot it is. Soundwave has these little
Mini bots.
cassette tapes, and I
Okay,
don't know
yeah.
the name of this one. This isn't Ravage or Laserbeak. It's the one with like the arm.
Right.
So it's just making shockwaves and stuff by hitting the ground, tripping them up and stuff. Well, so Soundwave can fight. And Soundwave says his famous line of Autobots inferior, Soundwave superior.
Right.
I thought, they just made me smile when I saw it. But Starscream sees where they are. Optimus is down. He's trying to get back up, but it's hard to do with one arm. Starscream sees they're at a hospital. He's like, "Oh, this is where you brought those kids here. This is where humans get fixed up, right?" And he starts blowing up the hospital. He is
Oh damn.
he is lighting this place up, and like even the operating room where they're working on Spike gets set on fire, and some of the doctors get shot. But that's not gonna stop them from trying to save this man's life. And I was like, bro, these are hardcore doctors. This can't be real. Like these people don't ran.
Aw.
They took an oath.
But
That-
but they took an oath. Well, like, look, bro, if it comes to your life and my life, I'm just saying we might have to talk about that.
Man.
Anyway, Ratchet sees that Optimus is in trouble. What you about to say? Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, when you talk about doctors, all I could think about in my mind is we gotta get a scene where when one of the Autobots gets, damaged or critically wounded, we have to get them to an ER version of a mechanic. Like.
No, well, we got Ratchet here. Ratchet's here, so he's up and about.
Okay.
So we don't have to do that yet. We're not that down bad, all right?
Okay.
Ratchet takes all the energon they have left and puts it into an Autobot to try to go save Optimus' life. And it is Jazz. So for the first time since he died in the movie, which is what, 2007, Jazz does something cool.
Aw.
He flies in. He looks like a sports car. He's pretty cool. And he's just talking. He's just talking while he transforms. So his panels are kind of funny looking. But he clotheslines Starscream and then suplexes him. And he's just doing wrestling moves with this man. And it's like, bro, why that is fighting something?
Mm-hmm.
But as that happens, he helps Optimus up. Starscream retreats because he's like, we're outnumbered. And Optimus gets up to find that the hospital is out of power. And a lot of people are about to die because, life support on the other stuff. And Optimus used the last of the energy he has in his matrix of leadership in his chest to power the hospital. So now he's running on his low base power, and he only has one arm. So things are not looking good for the Autobots. But like Ratchet was telling him, "Why you can't do this? You shouldn't do this." And I was like, "No, we brought our war here. No more die. No more humans are gonna die because of what we did. We need to do something." And he saves the hospital and saves Spike's life. And Sparks was like, "Bro, you're actually not evil, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, obviously." And Sparks just gotta look at him for me. Like, now I feel bad. I definitely he shot him up. But we cut back to Starscream and Skywarp and Soundwave to get back to the base. And Soundwave is telling him, "I can't fix the Decepticons or get more until we fix Telegram 1. And we can't do that without having more Cybertronian technology." So as he says that, him and Starscream both look over and see the injured but alive Skywarp. And they rip his body apart and use him to fix Telegram 1.
Oh God.
It's horrifying.
This is a
Like you
brutality
hear him
version
scream,
of
you see him
Transformers.
screaming and everything. He's like, please, no, no, it's bad, bro.
I'll make your
But
star scream.
we get this sweet moment though of the hospital kids seeing Optimus like, bro, is it true you're a robot and you can transform? And he's like, yeah. He's like, can you do it for us? And he transforms to a truck. And you see the kid in the background freaking out. And then there's this one panel where like the kids doing the dab. It was hilarious, bro. It was making me laugh.
Mhm.
And then when Optimus transforms back to a human to talk to Sparkplug, the kids in the background like, oh my god, and he can change back.
Mhm.
Like it is hilarious. But Sparkplug and Optimus finally have like a heart to heart about family and all this other stuff. And they're started talking about their wars because Sparkplug in this timeline was an army soldier. We don't know if it was GI Joe, but they'll probably do that later. And he's like, I don't look. I can't tell you. I use up all the energy I have left. There's nothing more right now. What happens now is up to the Great Spark. He's like, you. And Sparkplug says, "You mean the gods? I thought that was y'all." He's like, "No, because of my size, I can say the same about you, human." He's like, "Me, we're just humans. We're small." He's like, "True, you're small, but you're still mighty, and you have to understand. I only control what you can control in your state. To be honest." Ratchet is complaining that he used a spark, the matrix leadership to power the hospital. So he's like, you need to prioritize us, or else we're all gonna die, and then all the humans are gonna die anyway.
Mhm.
And they're like, but we can't even fix your arm because you don't have enough energy now. But they do have an arm that can reattack to him. It just won't be his arm.
Ooh.
But they
Whose
need more
arm is it?
energon to do it. They need more. I'll tell you when we get there. We need more energon to do it. The Spark Place says, I know where the place. So he takes them back to where Starscream got the energon from in issue 1, which is a power plant that he started tearing up to make energon. But once you see the arm he gets, it's Megatron's arm. Because this issue reveals that Megatron was left. Megatron, wherever their fight happened on the ship that was on Earth, Megatron got lost his arm and flew out of it. I believe Starscream betrayed him, whether he know it or not, and he
Yeah.
landed in the Arctic.
Now
So
is
you
this
see
the arm?
Megatron's body for the first time. What?
Yeah, is this the arm that has the cannon on top of it?
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay,
Optimus is
okay,
more powerful than he's ever been fight wise.
okay, okay.
But I'm interested to see how this transformation works with his, like this how he turns to a truck. Because
Mhm.
either this is gonna have to be on the door based on how his transformation works, or it's gonna be like awkwardly on the back.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
his truck, because he don't have like the pickup thing anymore, so he's just like the front part of the truck. So I wonder how that's gonna work.
I wish they.
But that's how the issue ends.
I wish they did a reference to Transformers Prime when Optimus used the Allspark to heal the hospital. I wish Roger was like, Optimus, we needed that. Don't use the
Mhm.
Oh
Allspark.
no, he does.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. They know this.
I was trying to like go over all the special dialogue, or because we'll be here all day. There's a lot of references.
Gotcha. I mean, you pretty much gave a good depiction of what the imagery is like in this comic. So, a lot of brutal stuff, a lot of stuff you should people will want to see as a thumbnail. But yeah, pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, next time I'll probably give you one to be instead of. I did not think about it when I read the first.
But anyway, sounds like a good issue, man. Man, you really got to talk about it as the story goes along because I really want to see that transformation. If we do see that transformation of Optimus
That'll be
with
the
the
thumbnail.
cannon,
That'll be the
yes,
thumbnail. Yeah,
yes, yeah,
I'll find it when it happens.
gotcha. But alrighty, guys, I think with that we should probably move on.
That was less than 10 minutes, Jake. You owe me.
Okay. Alright, guys, we're talking about Avengers Twilight #1. Guys, this is a good time to be a Captain America fan. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we start off this issue with none other than Steve Rogers waking up. Yeah, he is older, but he still has a bulky physique. He lost his serum. We don't know how, but
He
think
kind of
of an
like
old.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, actually, there you go. He still has some muscles, but he's sporting a gut. But he's definitely wrinkly up there. But yeah, for a guy his age, he's doing all right. He even has his own wife, a woman by the name of Rosa. I guess he married a Hispanic. Huh, good for him.
I'm proud of it. That happens a
Yeah.
lot. I didn't realize that. When they give some people random wives, like they cross other stories, and you would be pathetic.
Yeah, I guess. But,
They did it in
I guess
Penguin
that
too?
they did it too. But hey, that's Tom King writing it, and he likes writing his wife in all his
Yeah.
characters. So okay, but anyway, you see Captain America, Steve Rogers taking a walk. You see him talking with Luke Cage and Daredevil. These are like three old men talking in the park bench about like what's become of the country, what's going on, the corruption that's happening. Apparently, okay, basically, this is an America that traded its freedom for security. Like that whole point from Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And yeah, a really dark day ended up happening a while ago. A day in which like all the heroes got like the population turned on the heroes. They don't see heroes as an inspiration anymore. As a matter of fact, that there's actually an attempt to like slander the heroes in their past history now. Like, oh, okay, if you look at it from a different lens, the heroes actually were the villains, and the villains were yeah. We'll get more to that as the story goes along. But you have Luke and Matt. They're both trying to convince. They have a plan, right? But they are trying to convince Steve Rogers to join them. But Steve, like, he's like, my better days are behind me at this point. I don't even have the serum anymore. I won't be good at anything. And yeah, they failed at trying to convince him to join their side. And as Steve is walking back, you see like a floating eyeball just monitoring everything, because apparently, United States Congress passed the Watchers
No.
Act. Yep. Yeah, Allison.
No, I'm agreeing.
Yeah, the Watchers
Yeah, keep
Act,
going.
where yeah, like at this point, I guess if you want to use the term, I know this term is used a lot nowadays, but yeah, America became a fascist country at this point.
The
Because
Watcher thing seemed to be like their brother Eye from Batman,
Brother
but it's legal.
Eye, yeah. Oh, on top of that, curfew is also enforced. There's also a heavy emphasis on militarized authority at this point, limited information being released, and all that. So you have Steve Rogers back home, cooking with his wife. They're turning on the news, and you find out that basically the CNN of this universe, which is called FNN, it's about to be doing a whole segment on the Red Skull, and how they're saying, you know what, we found further information that goes in depth into showing that Red Skull was actually an undercover spy trying to kill Hitler from the inside. That he wasn't the villain
Oh yeah.
we were all taught to hate.
Wait.
This is a
I just noticed something. I didn't notice
yeah.
this beforehand. I didn't cut you off. I thought you stopped. The F
What?
and N symbol is the Fantastic Four symbol, by the way. So this is Reed doing it.
Oh wow! I didn't notice that either. But hey, FNN. I mean, come on, it's not hard to see who
Fantastic News Network, bro. It's the Fantastic Four.
Okay, damn it, Reed. But anyway, so they're basically saying, like, Johann Schmidt, the man who sacrificed his face, his family, and his reputations. Join us as we explore the history of the man known as the Red Skull, and the men who came after him, further twisting his story. Are you guys trying to demonize Captain America fighting against Red Skull? Yeah,
This is too far, God damn it.
Yeah, I can see Chips. Okay, Chips and Darcy. I see what you're doing there, like trying to turn people that were once celebrated and trying to say, like, certain medias are trying to go back in their history and say, oh no, these guys are worse, or they're defined by their worst parts. They're actually villains, this and that. And I like Steve's reaction. Right? He's like saying, the one and only reason why Schmidt wanted to try killing Hitler was so that he could lead the Nazis. Dang it. But anyway, after that, we get another segment going on to the son of Iron Man, James Stark.
The son of Iron Man and who?
And Janet Van Dyne. And I
can't believe they let that happen.
I know, but I gotta say, dude, this guy to me is like the Dominic Mysterio of this book. You see him?
I see it.
Yeah. He comes in. He has this long hair. He has a full body. His whole body's covered in tattoos, but the tattoos of circuitry, right? And dude, you really want to punch this guy in the face. He's here as he's here basically to slander all the old timers at this point, He's like getting informed by his new butler. I forgot his name. Oh yeah,
Jarvis. It's Jarvis.
No, it's not Jarvis. It's apparently Jarvis's other relative, Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not your butler, James. That's my brother.
He's like, oh, Jarvis was that old timer who was with my old ass father. So I'm trading him for new blood. You're cool, Kyle. But anyway, Kyle's informing him that the president called. He needs you to give the military better armor now to go up against Latveria. So yeah, on top of everything, apparently this corrupt version of America is trying to conquer the world at this point.
Doom is still at them, bro. The reason for the news network, and Doom is still being an asshole to people. I think that's hilarious.
I know, right? But anyway, after that, we go back to Steve Rogers. He wants to have like a live news conference with FNN about about the documentary that they want to make about saying Johann Schmidt was, a good person and this and that, and he finds that disrespect to all the people who died trying to stop this man, But then that's when you have James Stark come in saying, hey, yeah, he's named after Rhodey. Yep. But he's named after Rhodey. Let's not forget James is Rhodey's name is James Rhodes, right?
Yeah.
That's his first name, I think. Okay, but anyway, so James Starks comes in and he's like saying, hey, Uncle Steve, in like the most douchebaggy way possible. And Steve is like, hey, Jimmy. And James is like, wow, I haven't been called that in a long time. You really do live in the past, don't you? You motherfucker. But anyway, so they start the live news conference. They're introducing themselves, the original Captain America, Steve Rogers, and then you have the CEO of Stark Technologies being introduced, and then he starts off by saying, hey, I'm never too busy for live coverage, but what I am too busy for, however, is an old man trying to turn down free speech. I want to punch this guy so badly in the face.
I was say,
I'm gonna punch this guy for you, and then I'm gonna roundhouse kick his ass.
Yeah,
Wait, you know what's worse?
Wait, what?
You know what's worse? Which he looks like David from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, but with skinny tattoos.
Pretty much, and he's scrawny as well. So
yeah.
Oh anyway, God! So yeah, it's gonna be easy.
Yep. So anyway,
I don't need martial art training for that shit.
But anyway, he's basically slandering Steve Rogers and this, saying like, hey, you suddenly started to become vocal and wanted to turn down this series because it's tarnishing your legacy, old man. And Steve is like saying, dude, hey, listen here, like, that is not even remotely true. You know as well as I do, Red Skull was a monster who killed men, good men and women, and it is a travesty that you're trying to report him as a hero. It's a slap in the face of the heroes who faced him. And then you have James like saying, "Oh, what does your generation know about heroes? Your heroes were, you guys painted everything black and white, and then you brought about H Day. This is where
Hero
we're getting,
Day.
yep, Hero Day, because apparently there was a conflict that happened where Ultron, I guess he upgraded a bunch of villains and also took control over Hulk, and they just laid waste to a bunch of cities, right?
Yep.
And yeah, he's trying to like James is like trying to use this to further get underneath Steve's skin. Like out of
I
all
wish
the
we could show this art, because this page actually is very beautiful of the city and all the
oh
lightning and
yeah,
stuff around from the fight stuff. This looks great.
hey, that's Daniel Acuna for you. I mean, hey, he's a known Captain America artist. I'll tell you that. He did the art for Sam Wilson's run as Cap. But anyway,
Yeah, you're right.
so anyway, we're getting more glimpses as to what happened, and that's when James is like mentioning out of all the mayhem, it was the Hulk that was causing the most destruction. Hulk, a founding member of the Avengers that you call a hero, Rogers. And Steve is like saying, look, he was being controlled by Ultron, who enhanced the villains and took control of Banner. And then James is like saying, oh, Ultron, the evil AI created by yet another Avenger, Dr. Hank Pym. How are we supposed to believe you about the Red Skull when you don't even know what a hero looks like? Oh, that's when Steve had it. Damn it,
Damn it,
Jimmy!
Jimmy!
I know what a hero looks like. They look like your mom and dad, and you are trying to tarnish their legacies so you don't look hollow by comparison. I'm done with this. And then that's when Steve, leaves out of the conference, right? You see him, he's having like PTSD out of that day. You see
Yeah.
Captain America amongst the rubble, and you actually do see Spider-Man there, who actually did die during H Day, right?
R.I.P. my guy, bro. Yeah, he pushed over a piece of metal.
I know, right? And this was like apparently the first time Steve saw a hero that young die. But
Wait, that's
anyway,
not
like,
Spider-Man. That ain't Pym.
wait, what? That's it. Oh, no, that is Spider-Man.
Which page you looking at?
I'm looking at the one where he has that piece of metal stabbed right through him. He's like saying, "Hey, Cap, you should see the
Oh
other
yeah,
guy."
I'm looking at the wrong page.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking at the first page. You see Hank Pym over a metal bar. It looks like a Fantastic
Mhm.
Four person under him, and you see
Yep.
Vision and someone else in the hole. So you scroll down a little bit.
Oh, okay,
I see
okay.
it. My bad.
Gotcha.
My bad.
I have the book in front of me. So
Yeah.
anyway, as Steve is remembering this, it looks like he's having a heart attack. Actually, like, God,
Mm-hmm.
jeez, this is getting a lot for Steve. And
It's the
that's when,
stress, bro. The stress is messing with him.
yep. And this is the point where he gets an encounter with the Iron Cops. Because keep in mind, this is a America that's now strictly enforced by the authority that's been enhanced by Stark Industries now, and they're like saying, "Old man, it's almost past curfew. You're supposed to be indoors." Then Steve says, "Yeah, yeah, yes, we'll do, officers. I'm about to be returning home." But Steve couldn't stop because in the midst of this, you see a bunch of kids just playing on the streets, only for the authority to come in and and about to arrest these kids. Like, hey, we hold no tolerance, this and that. That's when Steve just couldn't stand there, so he
Yeah.
intervenes. He has
Oh
no
yeah. Can you point
serum.
out that they look like the Hydra cap helmet?
Let's see. Let's see. I never noticed that, to be honest. Like, huh. Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm starting to see that. Damn, I didn't notice that. Good eye on that, Austin. But anyway, so yeah, Steve, you know, he comes in and takes and starts fighting with the Iron Cops. Look, he may be slower, he may be weaker, but this man fought in wars. He still has all those skills, but unfortunately, that's just not enough. He was able to fight the cops off long enough for the kids to escape, but these guys are
Yeah,
just enhanced, and they end up beating up Steve only
they
for
didn't
a
give him the
group of.
faithful 1v1.
Yep. But then that's when you have like a group of mysterious men knock the Iron Cops out, and they put a bag around Steve's head, and they bring him. And they take him with them, right? And that's when you go back to James Starks, who's just arriving in the raft, right? He's there to pay a visit to a familiar face, as we see what's left of Tony Stark. Tony
He
Stark's
walked
right
past a
now.
stale. It looked like Vulture or somebody.
Oh yeah, because apparently there's now some like mind hallucination, there no psycho rehabilitation programs that these inmates are going through right now. So their minds are getting
Yeah.
probed or whatever, man. Like this is just some brutal stuff. But the worst of all is probably Tony Stark's, as we see him as nothing more than a head with the chest plate of the arc reactor in a tube.
Yeah, keeping him alive.
Yep. And probably like just dissecting his brain out, whatever inventions he can think of as James is about to communicate with Tony with a helmet. So you're like, damn, that's probably how they're getting so many new inventions. They're just digging Stark's mind for any new ideas or upgrades. Yikes. But anyway, that's when we get back to Steve as he awakes, and it turns out it's actually Luke Cage who's in charge of the Defenders right here, who saved Steve. Now, keep in mind, like Luke Cage, like on top of being old, right now his impenetrable skin just got so dense it's actually cracking, almost like in a Killer Croc style.
Yeah.
He even admits, I can't do action anymore. I could barely move, which is why I can only take the role of, basically a counselor at this point for the Defenders, right? But Steve, more
Also, these
important.
outfits look like Moon Knights for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I don't
Dark
get.
side,
There's a lot of references there, bro.
dark side of the moon and all that stuff. But anyway, this is when Luke is just letting this all out to Steve, like saying, look, Steve, this is a war and we need your help in this, man. The government and S.H.I.E.L.D., they're laying waste not just here, but countries all over the world. We need somebody to rally behind, and there's no better person than you, Steve. And Steve is like, look, I can't do anything. I'm just an old man right now. And that's when they revealed that the Defenders have actually been working on a project. They took what they knew and made the best attempt at it. They were able to recreate the Super Soldier Serum program. But unfortunately, like everybody who tried going through this program ended up dying. But they have high hopes that Steve would be the only person who could survive such a program. And that's when Steve agrees, especially since he saw what Stark and the group that he's with in the government are doing to inmates now. He's like, I can't just sit here. And so he spends the next couple of days building his body back up, and also writes a letter to his wife Rosa as Steve undergoes the Super Soldier Serum program again at his old age. I'm sorry about this, Rosa, but I'm going to assemble the Avengers. And it's like, damn, man. Feel that
Amazing.
epicness.
This art is beautiful, bro. Yeah, this book
Yeah.
is epic. This book's amazing.
I had to buy like 3 variant covers of this. And if the other comics could keep the momentum of those variants, I'm going to buy those too, because I think next issue is going to be more about Iron Man. Like this
Yeah.
one was about Cap, you know. So hey, this is
This book
Chip
was sold out when
Zdarsky.
I went to buy it, so I didn't get a chance, bro. I had to wait.
Ooh, wow. Hey, second printing, man, second printing. But yeah, audience, if we were all let down by Chip Zdarsky's Batman's Gotham War event, this can knock it out of the park. You know? Oh, and by the way, Matt Murdock died apparently.
What? You don't just throw that in there?
Sorry, I forgot. I was too caught up in the moment. That's also another reason why Steve agreed to join Luke Cage's side is because like shortly after their meeting, Matt Murdock got killed by
Yeah, Matt died
government.
defending people with a
Hmm.
system was trying to disappear. Dang,
Exactly.
man. I
But
can't
you
get
know,
old, man. Daredevil.
but nah, you gotta cut Chip Zdarsky some slack. Like I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to have to write about
He probably tired of
Daredevil
writing
so
back.
soon.
He probably tired of writing back, bro.
Oh man, he wanted to focus on other
I get it.
characters. Let him write Cap, you know. So
Yeah, it's fine. It's
good,
fine.
good issue. Cap, I want you to grab that shield and fling it right up that James Stark's. You know
Yeah.
what?
Steve Rogers probably won't kill James Stark, but I need him dying in this book. I need to see someone do it.
Yeah, I still can't get the thought of Dominic Mysterio out of James Starks. You know, like.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So yeah, good book, guys. Anyway, all right. I think we have time for the last
We
two.
got one
So
more, but I want
let's
Jake
do.
to go, and we'll see how much time we got left.
I was
Gotcha.
gonna go anyway. It's my turn. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is Fang the Hunter, issue number 1. For those of you that don't know, in the Sonic universe, there's a group of characters called the Hooligans, led by Fang the Hunter. This is his story, and let me tell you, it starts off hype as hell. Okay, so we start off with Sonic sleeping in a hammock, dead asleep. No one, he doesn't even know what's going on. And the Hooligans, their station, we got Fang, Bean, and Bark. All right, they're all stationed in, and they're ready to snipe Sonic with a giant boulder. They shoot that boulder at him. Sonic, half asleep, dodges it. He wakes up. They're like, Sonic, we're here to get you. And Sonic says, you're going to try. And then beats the mess out of them, all three of them by themselves. After Sonic asks, like, so what were you all jumping me for? Anyway, Fang reveals that he's actually hunting for the mysterious 8th Chaos Emerald. And Sonic says, there's 7. And Fang's like, no, there's 8. I looked at the message boards. I talked to a bunch of people. I know there's 8. And Sonic's like, I collect them all the time. There's only 7. And so Fang's like,
Oh yeah, for the people who don't know, this is built on there was an 8th one in one game, or something, wasn't it?
yeah. Well, there was like 13 in one game. It's a whole thing.
There's an 8, 13, and 6 in a whole lot of different games.
Yeah. So Fang keeps arguing with Sonic, and Sonic's like, listen, I don't care. What do you want with it? He's like, well, I'm just going to collect it, and then I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder. And Sonic's like, okay, good luck with that. I'm going back to sleep. Bye. And so Sonic just shoos them off, and they try to go away, and shoos them away. And they're like, fine, whatever. We're going to find it, and then we're going to come back and brag in your face. And they fly off. And as Sonic's catching sleep, Tails appears, much to Sonic's annoyance. Tails explains to Sonic that Eggman has attacked Marble Zone, and Sonic's not really caring because there's nothing in Marble Zone. But Tails reveals that it's more than just that. The fleet that he attacked with vanished like a ghost ship, which gets Sonic's attention. Sonic's surprised. Meanwhile, the Hooligans are licking their wounds. They aren't entirely sure if they should be following Fang anymore. This kind of seems like a wild goose chase. Like they're not really getting much out of it. Fang's like, come on, guys, we've been on some cool adventures. And then Bean's like, yeah, and usually those are with us getting roped into Eggman shenanigans and getting screwed over and beat up by Sonic or Amy or whatever. And wait, didn't we get a Chaos Emerald last time? What happened to that? And Fang's like, oh yeah, I lost it before I could make the sell. But this time, it'll go good, I promise. And Bean's like, look at him pretending like he likes us. So he's like, oh, he doesn't pretend like he likes us. You know what? We'll give it a shot. For old time's sake. Whatever. What winds up happening next is they go to Angel Island because if anyone's going to know about the Chaos Emeralds, it's going to be the Guardian of the Master Emerald, Knuckles the Echidna. And as they set up their plan of attack, Knuckles actually already sees them in the island. He's hidden and watching them from afar. unbeknownst to the hooligans themselves. The hooligans split up in search for Knuckles to try and attack him, but Knuckles picks them off one by one, taking out Bean and Bark, leaving Fang by himself. Fang, realizing that he is the last one standing, comes to the conclusion that he's not the hunter right now, he's being hunted, but he's going to turn the tides, because next issue, he's going to be fighting Knuckles, and that's really how the comic ends. I really like this comic. I didn't think I would, but the hooligans are just kind of losers. I don't know.
Are they lovable? Are they lovable losers?
They're lovable losers. They're pretty fun.
It reminds me of the Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which is about the boomerang in them trying to survive in Spider-Man City. It's like, yeah, this fits. This is kind of fun.
What I think is the standout of this, though, is how Ian Flynn wrote this comic. Those who don't know, Ian Flynn is one of the lead writers.
It's a fraud! A fraud!
Yeah.
So, but this is the best depiction of Sonic. I don't think people understand how much I miss this version of Sonic. He's so every bit of his dialogue makes him come across as a badass, and everything he does makes him a badass. So it's cool to read. He's impatient. He has an attitude. He's not making quips. He's just being rude to people who annoy him. That's what I liked about Sonic. So if you're a Sonic fan and you want to go back to the old days of what Sonic used to be like, this is kind of the comic for you. Because apparently it's not going to be more issues, I think. But yeah, if you just want a story about getting to know these lovable losers, feel free to read it. You don't really need any additional context. Art's great as usual, IDW staple, and yeah, have fun.
I have a question.
What's up?
How would he know without collecting all 7 that he had the 8th one?
Sonic, I think Sonic
Why not?
says that. At one point, he's like, I think I'm kind of going
because if you go by that standard, it'll be like, oh, he just finally, I'm like, oh, this is the 8th one. I'm like, no, you need to have all 7 with you and then find another one to know that you have an 8th one.
Yeah, Sonic. There's a line directly from Fang where he's like, the Chaos Emeralds, the fabled treasure from parts unknown. They hold limitless power and are super rare. Just getting their number and colors accurate has been a challenge across the ages. And Sonic says, there's 7. I know. I found them all repeatedly. And
I know their colors.
You say. And he's like, yeah, because it's true, idiot. He's trying to explain this to him.
I'm surprised he didn't try to just rob Tails for the binder, the Chaos Emerald thing, tracker thing.
Yeah, Sonic even challenges him further. He's like, what's it look like? And then he's like, well, it's, according to my sources, it could be orange or gold or maybe kind of rainbow. The last one said it has an emerald inside of it, so I don't really know. So it's like, he's kind of just going off of a prayer here.
It kind of sounds like Ian Flynn's about to make the movie version of Master Emerald a different thing in the comic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a great fun read. If you just want a fun time and you want to see the characters in their purest form, I recommend Fang the Hunter. And that was reviewed in 6 minutes.
Cool.
Review.
Hey, it wasn't 6.
That was 6:41.
It was
6 minutes.
8
41.
minutes.
I had it on 6 minutes 41 seconds.
Did you have a timer?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now we have enough time for one more.
You're welcome.
I guess so.
Okay,
I don't
go ahead,
care.
Austin.
I'm chilling.
Cobra Commander #1. I guess we're doing a race now, so let me try to speed through this.
Ooh. Take your time, man. Take your time.
No. We gotta prove a point, bro. It starts off with Cobra Commander entering a bar. He's trying to get keys so he can steal someone's car and go somewhere. A guy started trash talking him, but Cobra Commander, he ain't no bitch. This ain't the TV show version. He might let that slide. He followed this guy outside and kill him right in his truck, and then use his blood to make the Cobra symbol. And you get the reaction of all the people in the bar freaking out. Next, we cut to his backstory. People who don't remember, Cobra, for some reason, have alien type. And Cobra Commander is an alien. And he's a... Yeah, that's a real thing, by the way. That's real origin of Cobra. That's a real thing. Cobra's alien. Yeah, they're not Nazi. They're alien Nazis.
Okay.
But
Go for it.
Cobra Commander is a scientist at this point. You see the people rebelling against the scientists because they figured out that they're experimenting with stuff they shouldn't be experimenting with that goes against their way of life. Cobra Commander makes a bomb, like bombs, grenades, out of something he's been experimenting with that people that he don't want people to know about. He gives one to this girl behind him. He throws one and says, "No mercy." Throw that at the people who start running through the door. As she waits till he does his, look at him say, "Oh, are we supposed to throw these? Do you want me to throw this?" And he says, "You fool!" And she blows up the science place and almost kills him. Kills everyone, every other scientist but him. This is where his face and all this get messed up. And you see his like mangled body, and them trying to do some like weird stuff to keep him alive. But they're also torturing him as they rebuild him. It looked like the Darth Vader thing. Y'all remember how Darth Vader was put together?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that, but he's not getting metal put on him. And they have cobras biting him and poisoning him the whole time. You see him all wrapped up, looking kind of like Deadpool in the panel, kind of because it's spelled his face was. And he puts on his mask. He goes talk to their leader. People don't remember the real thing of Cobra. It's called Cobra La or Cobra LA. I like to say Cobra La. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
All right.
But he's talking to the Supreme Leader, who is that guy in the red cloak. If y'all remember the old show, he's sitting in front of the snake chair and all the other stuff. He's like, "Bro, the only reason we saved your life is because I wanted to have the pleasure of killing you for that fuck up." And he's like, "Look, nigga, just trust me. I can get it done. I need to go out to the real world. The things I'm experimenting on, the technology, they're telling me there's more stuff like that outside. I need to go travel the world, and I can promise you I can bring Cobra and take over the planet." And they're like, "You know what? I'll give you this chance. But you got to prove it in combat." And he sends some people to kill Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander pulled out some tech. And these, if you know anything about Transformers, are many versions of the Insecticons. Or Insectoids, whatever the fuck they're called.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know a lot about Transformers.
Insecticons.
Yeah, there's many versions of Insecticons, and they kill all the guards that meant to fight them. So we cut to him going to his lab. And in his lab, you find out after the last two Transformers, this is why I wanted to put Transformers off. This man found Megatron in the ice and has been using Megatron's body and tech to make new experiments. And his people are not feeling it. That will cause the revolution. You can see the war for Cybertron and all the other stuff in Megatron's memories. And in order to like give Megatron power, he's like shocking him with like some electricity thing to bring Megatron to life, to scan his brain and get more info. But as he leaves, he doesn't realize he turned Megatron on for good. And Megatron just been buying time and building more power. And you cut to Cobra Commander traveling the planet with his quote unquote guard. And the whole time he just shit talking him. It's the funniest thing. I'm not gonna go I don't want to go over the dialogue, but it's kind of funny. And you find out Cobra Commander is going to go because Cobra isn't like worldwide yet. They haven't like announced themselves. G.I. Joe hasn't fought them yet. You find out he's going to go recruit the Dreadnought, which the mercenary group from G.I. Joe, and those are going to be his army for right now. And there you go. What's the time?
Oh, what's the time to do?
Oh, what are you asking me? 4:31.
7 minutes. You did it in under 7 minutes. So
yeah.
Yay.
But that's the crux of it. It wasn't really a lot there without talking science. But yeah, we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
The next time we come back will probably be Duke. Well, no, it'll be Transformers number 5, and then Duke Commander number 2.
And hopefully, I have something to talk about next week. Wink, wonk.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, I had nothing to talk about.
Yeah, expand your horizon, which that's what you gotta do.
Yeah,
right?
I'm the only one here that actually talks about manga. I just don't talk about it often. Okay, I have a lot of books
I
to
would
read.
talk about manga, but I feel like there's too much for me to talk about with manga. That's why I'm doing. I
had no comics this week. I had no comics, so catch me a break. And the only about on here because it's spicy.
If it makes you feel better, I was thinking about reviewing Boruto at some point too. Blue.
I mean,
We'll-
Wait,
we'll
you're
have
not
a
doing
nice-
that.
I mean, if I
We'll
have
have a
nothing for
manga
next
night.
week, if I have nothing for next week, I'll briefly talk about one of the manga I'm reading right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we
And-
almost had 1 week where everyone had a book.
I know. You couldn't let us have a perfect attendance, which you realize that, right?
Yeah, at least I showed up.
Mhm.
I didn't have
That's
to
right.
show
Yeah,
up.
you ain't pulling me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you showed up without
I
your homework.
usually do.
Okay.
I usually
Gotcha.
do. I just didn't have anything this week. Leave me alone. They're not.
Mhm.
On a side note, Tevye thinks this book is amazing. I found his comment at the bottom of the page.
Aw, good for him.
Noted.
Good for him.
But
But
yeah, that was
alright,
our episode, guys. So like,
yay! Plugging our socials. Which one last time?
Okay. Well, hello again. Just me and you, audience. Fuck everyone else here. Anyways, first of all, you should subscribe to the YouTube channel because if you're lucky, I might actually talk about a book that might be a little bit spicy, but don't actually get your hopes up. I probably won't. Anyways, you can also
Pervert.
follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. I do post there. If you find the one about me and Austin, you better like and retweet it. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyways, if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's going to be at Comic Fanatic 2.0. I will be posting my birthday art on there pretty soon, sometime next week, because I can. If you want to follow your boy personally, you can follow me at Witchavyotin with an E instead of a U. You can follow me on TikTok and also Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. And if you actually want to find the others, good luck because you have to actually do a whole summoning ritual for Cryptid. I don't know if he
Yeah.
went to the void, I guess. I don't know. He's in the Sonic universe for some reason. I don't even know how he got Wi-Fi just to be here, but whatever, it's fine. And Austin, like I said, he's a
Hell.
brick wall with a face. He can be wherever the fuck he wants. I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. You look, it's like Frosty the Snowman. You go outside with a marker and draw a face on a brick wall and I'll appear.
It has to be a white marker. It has to be a white marker.
Yeah, and it had the blue eyes.
Yeah, bright blue eyes. And don't forget the pink
y'all-
blush too. That's also important.
So y'all make that work how y'all do.
Have
Mhm.
fun.
And alright, audience. With that, let's call the night.
Good night.
Yeah.